Alrighty. Okay. So, welcome to the stream. Where's my lighter? Oh no, where did my lighter go? I had one. Look. God damn it, I had one just... Oh. Yeah, I've got a great ass. Don't worry about it. Alright, let's start with... Not this one. This is a good video, but nah. Let's start with just
This might be a bad idea. Hello everyone, this is a bone...
Oh Jesus, why am I dropping so many frames? Is it working now? Are we good? Okay. Is the stream stable? That was really weird. For whatever reason, we were dropping like fucking 90% of all frames. That was very bizarre. That almost never happens either. So let's start with this. I'm not drinking tonight because I've had so much booze. I've had so much booze, honestly. But we're gonna take a peek at some weird shit tonight.
Bonus video about Chris Chan for this week. So, you've probably already seen my weekly update video about Chris, where I went through all the stuff that he's done this week, and I mentioned his very long thread where he talked about the dimensional merge that he had predicted happened several days ago, but that nothing ever came of. And
this is 2018. Chris predicted the dimensional merge so long ago, and it still hasn't happened.
He talks about his psychic powers and his link to the other side, and how he can talk to his husband Mewtwo, and he can see his friends over on the other side, and how he's experiencing electrical surges through his body that keep him up at night. And if you haven't seen that video, go watch it. If you have seen that video, then I'm specifically going to be talking about a new theory that I have. And the theory revolves around one specific tweet that Chris sent out. Chris said, "I am able to see everyone and everything in C917. No, C197. I don't care. That's his, that's the other dimension that has the fictional characters in it. He says, including my loves. I am able to actually touch and feel them, as I also feel them when they touch me. And I hear them loud and clear. I am also able to make eye contact with them." And he calls this ability to see them true sight, which, you know, that's just him being crazy. But the whole thing,
I was gonna say it looked like Binding of Isaac. I was also gonna say it looked like Mana Spark. Have you seen this game? Looks like Mana Spark. But the UI at the bottom was a different UI. Mana Spark is a cool game. See, it's got that kind of like pixelated art style. And it's just a standard roguelike. Or roguelite, I should say. But there's, as far as I'm aware, there's no melee character. There's only these ranged characters. But, that's a fun game.
Chris just being crazy. Because what he is talking about is very similar to a phenomenon known as Tulpa.
Oh, games are absolutely...
If you've heard of Tulpa, then it might be because you frequent 4chan a lot, especially the My Little Pony boards around the time that that show first started airing back in 2010. Now, according to internet lore, Tulpas began hundreds of years ago when monks would sit down and meditate for a very long time. And in their meditation, they would conjure up images of other beings, of other selves, So you could imagine your friend. If you, let's say you have a vow of silence and you're a monk and you're sitting.
You get your sexy elf waifu to materialize
in your cell, and you want to imagine a friend for yourself. So you imagine Jeff, and Jeff is a cool guy. He looks kind of like you. He's bald. He's got some small ears. He's a little short. He's a little pudgy, and he exists solely in your imagination. And if you meditate and you go into the deepest parts of your mind to control your subconscious, you can sculpt
What game is this?
Jeff. And then when you're done sculpting him, you give him life. And then you can start talking to Jeff. And at first, Jeff will not respond to you. He'll be like a doll. But then he can start moving around. He will start learning from you how to do things. And slowly but surely, he will begin to speak. First, he will mimic you. He will use words that you use. He'll talk kind of like you. But eventually, he will grow his own personality. It's as if your brain is splitting off into a separate consciousness. Not conscious, whatever. Not like Jiminy Cricket conscious, but conscience.
Well, it's like a multiplayer
I can't talk.
game, but
it is like 1 in the morning. I work 7 days a week, and I worked 2 weeks in a row, and
No, you don't understand, Walgreens employee. You have to take my fake Tulpa money. It's real in my brain.
I haven't got no sleep.
So that is
real
sort of
tired,
how
guys.
credit scores work.
Like, comment, favorite, ring a bell, follow me on Meverse, subscribe to PewDiePie. Anyway, so you
Follow
create
me
this
on
tulpa,
Meverse.
and it creates a separate consciousness within your own brain that you do not have access to. It can perceive things. If you imagine that your tulpa, your Jeff, is standing in front of you, facing behind you, in Jeff's memories, in Jeff's consciousness, he will see the things going on behind you that you obviously cannot see because you are facing in front of you. And so you do not have access to Jeff's memories. However, if you master the tulpa, then you can ask Jeff what he is seeing. And Jeff
I'm a
can tell
sovereign
you.
citizen.
So this is how the myth goes. This is how the legend
I am
goes.
traveling.
That let's say you are
I
standing.
don't need a driver's
Someone
license.
behind you
I am
holds up a piece of
traveling.
paper with the number 2 written on it. And so you just imagine Jeff walking forward, and you imagine Jeff turning around and facing behind you. Jeff can now see the paper. Jeff can see the number 2 written on it.
This game
You can
looks
ask
good.
Jeff what's on the paper. Jeff will say 2. He'll tell you that it's 2. And you can tell the real person behind you holding up the paper that the number 2 is written on it, and you will be correct. Because you've astral projected part of your mind to this body that now has different perceptions and different memories and different consciousness than you are. And that is a tulpa.
Oh, that's cool.
As I started this explanation with, tulpas first gained popularity on the MLP board on 4chan.
Okay, that's cool.
They ended up splitting off. There was I believe a quite popular creepypasta about a tulpa that this kid created a tulpa
pie.
and then the tulpa murdered his family or something like that.
Pinkie Pie
Some
tulpa.
BS stupid creepypasta. Anyway, the people on the MLP 4chan board, because they're degenerates, they wanted to make tulpas of ponies. They're like, I want a Rainbow Dash tulpa that I can talk to and that can be my friend because I'm a loser.
Yeah.
And so they would sculpt their ponies in their minds, and they would talk to them, and they would give them the personalities of the characters from the TV show, and then they would be their friends, and they'd walk around and they'd talk to them. And it takes meditation, and it takes all this stuff. And there's another form of tulpa, a very basic tulpa is called a servitor, and they're sort of like tulpas, but they don't actually have their own consciousness. So, for example, if you wanted like an Iron Man helmet-like HUD on your eyesight that can display the time, or that can set reminders like a calendar, then what you would do is you would create a servitor, and that is just part of your
it is.
unconsciousness
It's
that will
literally
keep track of something that you're.
It's literally training your mind to create a split personality, and giving that split personality it's just advanced mental gymnastics, to give yourself essentially schizophrenia. It's great. It's good for you. It's
Consciousness
terrible.
is not
Don't do
actively
it.
keeping track of, that you can then go back and recall at any time. And so it's a very less basic tulpa. A tulpa begins life as a servitor and eventually becomes a tulpa when it gains its own consciousness and its own sentience and sapience, whatever. And I'm not saying that all this is real. I'm just telling you what the myths that are spread on the internet about this phenomenon say.
No, not at all.
I'm also recalling this from like 8 years ago when I started reading all about this. Me and my friend got like really deep into this. I've been into absurd, crazy things for a very long time, and that's why I'm so interested in Chris Chan. And it's only now that I have a platform to talk about it. So I'm recalling all this memory from almost a decade ago. Anyway, so you sculpt your tulpa and it comes to life and you can talk to it and it can see things that you can't, and it's this amazing phenomenon that monks were supposedly able to do hundreds of years ago, and now autists on the internet are like, hey, I want to do that so I can have a pony friend, and then I want to have sex with the pony, and then so a bunch of people on 4chan started doing this, and then they started making threads about their tulpas and stuff. Yeah. And because it's 4chan, you have no idea which stories are totally made up, which ones are exaggerations or lies, and which ones could possibly be true. Now, I can tell you, from my own personal experience, this is 100% true. I got to the point... I'm going to preface this by saying, when I made a tulpa, it was not a pony, okay? I am not interested in ponies. I was doing it purely for the scientific research of, is this actually possible? And because I'm a very religious, spiritual person, I wanted to see what the limits of the human brain were. So me and my friend were like, oh, we're going to make tulpas, we're going to make servitors, we're going to see what happens, we're going to check in with each other every day, see what's going on. So I was making a servitor, or a tulpa, whatever. It's basically, I'm like, I want a C-3PO. I want someone who's like a, a protocol droid.
This fucking scorpion's got him zoned
but I wanted to look and talk like a person. I totally forgot what I named him. It was probably something like Jason. It's like, oh, Jason, my protocol droid. Anyway, so I was, I sculpted him, and I imagined him places, and you gotta consciously focus energy on him, and, nonsense like that.
What? No, Connor, the Merlogic stream is, like, next week.
Where I could touch him.
Just hanging out,
and by
listening
touch him,
to
I mean that if I imagined him sitting down next to me, and I moved my hand over to where he would be, and I touched his arm, my skin on my hand would send a signal to my brain that I was touching something.
Interesting.
It literally felt like I was touching something. But if I applied pressure and sort of moved my hand forward, then I would pass face through him, and then I wouldn't be feeling anything. So it's not like he was a solid object that was applying pressure back on my hand. It's just that my hand felt a texture there where he would be. This is I 100% swear, not making this up.
This game looks good.
That is totally a legit thing that happened. So as far as I'm concerned, tulpas are real in the sense that you can trick your senses into relaying information to your brain based on something if you actually believe it. Which is why people who have schizophrenia, who have, hallucinations where they will see things, they will feel things, they will hear things, they actually believe it to be true. It's because part of their brain is basically just sending a signal to another part of their brain that they are sensing something.
We're going to finish this video, and then we're going to watch something really fucking cringy. If you meditate long enough, and if you get good enough, you can just tell yourself that you're experiencing whatever you want, and you'll actually experience it. So it's not crazy. You're just, all you're doing is tricking your brain into basically, having a dream while you're awake. So it's very possible. It's very reasonable as far as I'm concerned. And after I experienced it myself, I'm like, yeah, this is real. So as Chris is explaining his experiences with his friends over in the other dimension, it just read to me a lot like someone describing the experiences of a tulpa, where they can see them, they can talk to them, they can feel them, but not really. They can see them, but not really. It's as if they're real. They can have a conversation with them, and it's as if they're having a conversation with someone else, Chris
but this thing only exists in their own mind. And I am
not
now,
paranoid, but just schizophrenia in general,
very convinced that Chris, with a mixture of the fact that he never does anything with his life and basically just sits in his room and draws things with his crayons, and the fact that he actually has mental illness, he is severely autistic, and Chris's immense brain power, even though he doesn't have any intelligence, his immense brain power, all focused in on this obsession with these fictional characters, could very much have created multiple tulpa for him. He could have created a Sonic the Hedgehog, a Sonichu, a Rosechu, a Magichan, and a Mewtwo that he actually can literally talk to and touch, and that are consciousnesses within his own brain besides his own. And he will forever, because he doesn't know the concept of a tulpa, and because he is mentally ill, he will actually believe that these are real things. It's as if he is schizophrenic without actually being schizophrenic, because it's totally voluntary, and if he decides to stop doing it, it'll just go away. So when he says that he talked to Sonic the Hedgehog and that Sonic the Hedgehog is disappointed by the new movie that Sega is putting out, I believe that he actually thinks this, because I believe that he has it's like when you partition your hard drive.
He talked to Sonic, and Sonic says, "My arms have never been blue. Chris, you need to mace that GameStop employee."
I believe that he has a partition in his brain that is devoted to an ongoing consciousness of Sonic the Hedgehog that he can communicate with, and that he then thinks is the real Sonic because he's crazy. It's a mixture of this deeply spiritual thing and Chris's autism. It's the creation of these fictional of these tulpa, which is real, with him believing that they are actually the characters that they represent because he has autism, and because he's delusional. And I'm gonna not preface because I already said it, but I have no disrespect. I do not mean any disrespect to people with autism. Most people who share communities with Chris, like the transgender community, the autism community, any fandom that he's in, totally don't like him and don't want him in their community. So I'm when I say that this is happening because Chris has autism, I'm not saying that people with autism are crazy. I'm saying that Chris is using his neuroatypicalness to advance this delusion that he has.
Yeah.
And
damn, this game looks so
I'm totally butchering what I'm trying to say because I'm very tired. So that's my theory. I think that Chris has created tulpas for himself, and you can believe me or not, but they're real. You can actually do it, and I think that Chris did it by accident. And I don't think that Chris is ever gonna get better, because tulpas get more and more realistic the more time you spend with them, because they become a bigger part of your brain. They get more experiences, etc. And because Chris is already delusional, and because he never leaves his house or does anything.
So Chris Chan has tulpas. We'll get there later. But this has 13.5 million views. Let's do it. This is some Tumblr shit.
Dissociative identity disorder, once called multiple personality disorder, is a disorder in which a person alternates between one or more alternate personalities that function with separate memory and awareness and adapt with amnesia between them. The first detailed account of DiD can be traced back to 1791, when a German woman began speaking perfect French and behaving like a French aristocrat, despite never having learned French or even having been to France. Although appearing extremely rare to the general public, it's estimated that between 1 to 3% of the global population may have this disorder. My name's Anthony Padilla, and today I'm going to be sitting down with people who dissociate into fragmented identities to learn the truth behind this heavily misunderstood disorder. Does DiD access hidden capabilities and skills within the brain, allowing people to harness brain power in a way others simply aren't capable of? Or does it keep them feeling bogged down and restricted from participating in normality? Are they openly proud of their disorder? Or has the media's portrayal of DiD forced them to live a life of alienation and solitude, too worried of what their presence will unleash in others?
And I have blah blah blah. I am a super special snow.
Hi, Amanda. Hi, the Redwoods. Nid.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming out and teaching me about the wondrous world of dissociative identity disorder.
Anthony, there's so much to learn.
What do you consider yourself? Someone with dissociative identity disorder? Someone with multiple alters?
Yeah, just saw DID.
We identify as first as we, and we identify as multiple.
Okay,
Sometimes
that
we
one?
say we have DID. Sometimes
I do not believe anything that this person says. This person, I feel, is like really hard to
we
believe.
say we're plural, but multiple is the main word that we use.
I consider myself being part of a DID system. So you could say somebody with dissociative identity disorder, or if you wanted to refer to us collectively, it would be saying that I'm part of a system of alters.
Can you explain what having DID entails?
Yeah, so having DID means that as a child, your personality was unable to fully develop into one singular personality. Everybody as a child starts off with an unintegrated personality, and around the ages of between 7 to 9 in normal development. But if there is repeated or severe trauma before that age, then the brain can say, whoa, I can't deal with this. This cannot be my life, and we would not be able to survive if I was aware of this. So this trauma, along with the ability to dissociate to a high level and having disorganized attachments to your primary caregivers, prevents one personality from fully integrating, because the amnesia that goes up to keep that trauma away. And that's why if you have DID, you have multiple personalities rather than one singular one.
For us, like when we first started figuring it out, someone who thought they were the only person for like a long time, right? Like as most people think, oh, I'm just the only
Because
person
that's
in
the
this
norm.
body.
That's
right.
what people would identify with normal.
Right. They're like, yeah, of course, there's only one person, right? And you start to think like, what could this be? Am I possessed? Am I like?
You thought you were possessed?
Like I didn't think I was possessed, but I definitely wasn't going to talk about it with anyone in case I maybe was possessed.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want people to know if that's true.
Yeah. I actually Googled spirit possession when it got really
There's a
strong.
trend there.
Yeah. Fortunately, this was like 2012.
Yeah.
There was some article that was like spirit possession versus dissociative identity
Oh, so
disorder.
that-
And I was like looking at that, and then I went to a therapist, and they were like, "Yep."
Were you stoked that you were not possessed by a spirit?
I don't know.
Do you feel comfortable saying how many alters you have?
At the last count, which was actually about 2 weeks ago, 22, I think.
22.
22. Jesus Christ. You know what? I want to see. Does she have a YouTube channel? Oh, here we go. Oh, goodness. Wait, this is the whole channel? What does this mean?
Hi. Boy, I am nervous as hell. Hi, everybody. It's Nin. Hi. Anybody else as nervous as me? I'm really, really nervous.
How does she have this huge of a following if this is one
How
of her
is
first
everybody?
videos?
Everybody doing okay?
Does she just delete a lot of videos?
Hi. So, for people who don't know me, well, I mean, technically none of you have met me before, but I'm the resulting alter after Chloe and Nina integrated. I'm fine. I'm just really nervous. Really nervous, but that's okay. We can deal with this. I can handle this.
Chat's going crazy.
I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys have, by the way.
What the hell is this? Okay, let's do part 2.
Hi. What happened? There was a live...
Oh, he's buzzing the doorbell. I bet it's my roommate. Baby Pete's here. Okay. Pay no attention to the drug deal happening in the background.
Hi. What was that? There was like a huge live streaming error, and then it just like stopped. I don't like this, guys. What do I do? How do I... Is the other one still going?
Oh no, none of your
my
split
God.
personalities know how to work
Okay.
OBS.
I'm just gonna say on the other one to come to this one.
I mean, that is how streaming works sometimes. It just fucks up.
I hate technology so much.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Enable slow mode. I can't see any options for that because I'm on my phone. I know that you can do that on the laptop.
Okay.
Oh, nice to meet you. Okay, sorry guys. I was really nervous before, like, doing this, so I'm not usually this nervous. I don't have as much of Chloe's anxiety, but actually, that's a lie. I think I'm more socially anxious than either Chloe or Nina were. How is my relationship with the others? Define others. Others in my system, or like Pinata system, or what are people interested in? Thank you for the super chat, Kia. Oh, I'm really sorry.
100
That
pounds.
was such a disaster of a first meet, huh?
And I am a wolf. We love you
Halloween
and your
man.
family. Ah, God.
Great.
100
Nan's
pound
amazing.
donation.
I love Nan. Still love Nan. That
I
didn't
am a
change. They've
wolf.
been super great. They've been sending me messages just now, like, you're fine, relax. I'm Emile? Emily? Amelie? Nice to meet you. How's Kyle in the integration? Kyle's slowly warming up to me. And thank you, Jojo. Jojo says I'm doing okay, and Nan's in the...
Oh my God. That's so funny.
chat. Stephanie says we love you. Thank you. Yeah, Kyle
I don't
is,
understand how this woman has
having a hard time with it.
1.19 million subscribers. And is
I've
verified.
only recently been able to, like, look me in the eye, which has been really hard.
She's only got 6 videos. And they're all live streams. Okay. Okay. Anyway.
We're 9 people.
Okay, that's
living
true.
in one body. So we went from 3 to 9.
Okay, wait.
Do you hear it?
I have
I don't know.
colored e-girl hair
Do you
and
feel
big
comfortable saying how
titties.
many altars you have?
At the last count, which was actually about 2 weeks ago. I had
When did this
20.
come out? Okay. So the video we watched from her is before that? Yeah. So this is she had more than 22 split personalities and she fucking pared them down. Oh, this isn't a dog color. That's built into her fucking shirt.
2, I think.
22.
We're
I
9
do like the
people
pearls.
living in one body.
Is she also your type, Drunken Zeppelin? Do you like just the split personality e-girls?
So we went from 3 to 9 over like 7 years.
I have 16. So there's 17 of us total, ranging from age 4.
I'm not gonna
Eternal.
do that.
Eternal. She's really cool.
Whoa!
Wait, did you hear that?
9
of us total, ranging from age 4 to eternal.
So her alters range from age 4 years old to eternal. Oh, I'm gonna just switch to my eternal personality. Born at the beginning of the universe. No, honey. No.
Eternal. She's really cool.
Whoa!
She's really, really cool.
Whoa, do you show her frequently?
She fronts.
They do talk about that
occasionally.
actually
She's
in
the
this show.
caretaker, so she takes care of the littles in our heads, and then occasionally she'll come out to take care of me if
yes,
I'm not
the
doing so well.
littles.
So she kind of fronts in the sidelines and behind the scenes more.
First off, do you prefer to be referred to as single or plural?
Well, it depends who you're talking to. If you're talking about me, as in me, the person sat in front of you, talking to you with my personality, then it's me, one person as Nin. But if I was, let's say, co-con, so there was more than one person essentially in the driving seat, then it would be we, more than one person.
How might a normal day be different?
Does this not scream like desperate for attention to you? Because that's absolutely what I'm getting from this.
For you.
Who wants to answer this question?
Yes.
So this is the
Who wants to answer this question? He asks himself and then immediately goes into answering the question.
So it was like a combination of Allie and Eliza talking before.
Oh, okay.
We can kind of blend sometimes. So when we first came into what we would call...
I think these people are confusing like emotions that they feel with split personalities.
Co-consciousness,
Yeah.
and that's a pretty common term,
Yeah.
which is the shared experience of kind of being able to talk to each other. A lot of people don't have that, and they're basically like coordinating in the dark with...
Look at how red he is. Well, actually, I think this is actually a trans person, so that's a she. Look at how red she is. She's like so fucking nervous and like about needing to say all of this.
someone who's not there when they're there. And so like you might be doing something and then come back and it's 3 days or 3 weeks later and your life has been lived and all kinds of stuff is happening. I have a friend who would be heading one place and then someone would switch and then they'd head back home and then they'd switch and head back and forth, and it'd take like 4 hours to get out of that loop until the same person came back and was like, no, we're actually going here. And what they learned to do is to text themselves or leave notes on their iPhone and read
not
those.
turn
And so it's
around.
kind of when you come to the front and you feel disoriented, you can read those notes.
It's almost like having amnesia and leaving notes for yourself.
No, it's called dissociative amnesia is like basically the term for that.
I was in the bath. I just switched out, so I had no memory of what happened before. Didn't remember getting in the bath because it wasn't me. It was my alter Kyle, who's my primary protector, and he'd apparently decided that he wanted a snack while he was in the bath, and there was just this half-eaten banana on like the shampoo holder, and I was like, what? Why? That's disgusting.
So you just realized that you are in a bathtub with a half-eaten banana.
That's not even a weird fucking... that's not even that weird. That's not even that weird. I'm not gonna go into this story.
It was pretty beautifully presented, actually.
How do you
Come
feel
home
about
with
the different
weird shit.
labels in terms of personality, alters?
Oh, I can't cook for myself or use the oven because I have split personality disorder, so at any time I could switch and not know that the stove is on. So I only eat microwave food. Sorry. Microwave food and, like, I guess fruit.
Identities, multiple...
Yeah, there are a lot of people who don't like the term personality because when a lot of people think of personality, they think of like how you act in a certain situation. So some people, when I've told them about DID in its most basic terms, have said like, well, I have a completely different personality when I'm at work, and then I come home and I'm a different person. And it's like, I completely understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
My customer service voice is a split personality.
But it's kind of different when it comes to DID. So some people feel that the term personality isn't quite encompassing or serious enough. I don't mind the term personality, but the term that's generally used in the community and the scientific kind of side of things is
so
alter,
you might not
because it
think
stands
this is
for ultimate
cringe
state
yet.
of identity.
Well,
so that's
obviously
what
we think it's cringe, but
Before we learn more
it's
about
gonna-
the
it's
wondrous
gonna
world
fucking
of dissociative
ramp up
identity
in
disorder,
cringe.
I wanted to take a quick moment to thank you all so much for suggesting this video topic. I find the discrepancy between facts about DID incredibly map out the compute to the deep this one. Identity disorder.
A year ago.
When did you first realize that
There we go.
you have DID?
Well, it was almost exactly a year ago.
Oh, so it was pretty recent then.
Yeah, so I was having a panic attack, and I kind of felt myself as a consciousness retreat to the back of my own mind. So I was watching everything from behind, and there was just nothing there.
In 2012, yeah, so this is, so we just switched right there, really. So there was Allie talking, but then like Allie.
So, anytime you have a sort of like, let me think about this for a second. You're just going to play that off as a switch, and you're also going to then narrate the switch from a third-person perspective, like...
Pulled away
Come
because
on,
this is
bro.
Eliza. I was the one who was there and thought I was the only one. So, yeah, I thought I was a boy, and I thought I was one person. Pretty standard, like, expectations.
That's how I grew up, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Then I realized that if I was just one person and a boy, I wouldn't get any followers on social media, and no one would care about my hot takes about toxic gamers. So I immediately,
And then I just had this like weird triggering confrontation with a stranger. Basically what I understand is that I had a whole system of covering up all of this, a whole like strategy and everything, but I was so busy dealing with family member with cancer, personal life stress, housing stress, and then this sudden trigger, it crumbled.
Yeah.
And there was Allie and Z.
How did you feel once you realized?
Yeah, that I wasn't the only one here.
Yeah.
So the first feeling was actually overwhelming love and joy. I was
you
crying.
You felt good
I was
about
like, it was like a family reunion with these other parts of myself, other...
So, she says it's like she got into this altercation with someone in public, and I'm just imagining that it was like somebody just like bumped into them on the street and was like, "Oh, excuse me," and she's like, "Yeah," and like throws a fit. The person's like, "Okay, like get the fuck away from me, you fucking weirdo," and then they just break down. I'm imagining it being something so fucking minor, and they're treating it as like this massive moment that fractured their personality, and it was actually just like, I don't know, maybe someone called them gay, or just like hit that, like, you did the like shoulder bump thing when you walk too close to something, like shoulder checked them or something, you know, like something so fucking minor that it happens like all the time, but because they are so fragile, it shattered their personality and they just fucking broke down crying.
characters, but like protagonists in my life.
How DID works is the person who fronts the most often, the host, is generally the one who is kept unaware. Other alters can be unaware too, but the brain is built like that. That's why DID exists.
Let's
You're
see
not
what this
supposed to know you
person's
have
spicy
DID.
takes
Right, that's
are.
its entire purpose.
Exactly. So if somebody then comes to you and says, "Hey, you've got this," your brain is going to go, "Whoa, no, you
Right.
can't know about this. This is
We're
the
a
whole
bunch
way
of
we've lived
badasses
our
in
life in
one
order to
body."
survive." I was seen by the crisis team.
Okay, let's see. 300, okay, so not a huge following. Okay. Presenting at APA. I don't know what that is. I believe that this one is the only one that mentioned seeing a therapist. Give me money. Okay. Plural liberation isn't the movement of a couple systems. Maybe it appeared that way, but it's really not. It's a movement of many many's manying for the many. Shut the fuck up. This person has almost no following and interaction, despite like the no 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 oh no. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm gonna back slowly away from that.
After a suicide attempt, and she asked me to fill in some questions, and this one had been a little different from the others.
Let's see.
Life in order to survive. I was seen by the crisis team after a suicide attempt, and she asked me to fill in some questions, and this one had been a little different from the others, and it was my first real kind of communication with one of my alters, Kyle.
So did she just like casually throw out there that she's attempted suicide multiple times?
The banana guy.
The banana guy?
Who's Gert
He's
posted?
gonna hate me for that.
He's gonna watch this later and be like, yeah, no,
yeah, that's
we
who
need to
I
have a
am
talk.
now. I'm the banana guy.
Yeah.
And he basically saved my life after this, and I could hear him talking to me, and it was the first time that I actually kind of wasn't like, okay, yeah, so this is my inner voice.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. Everybody else says, like, you know, your inner voice, you talking to yourself.
Yeah.
And this lady in the crisis
pale.
team was like, have you ever heard voices?
Gert
Before this, I would
Postal.
not have given that a second thought. I've been asked that before and was like, no, definitely not.
Yeah.
It was
See, this
very
is-
much like a man's voice. It didn't sound like it was
The
coming
German
externally.
imposter.
Again, it wasn't exactly like a
Oh
voice.
no.
But it was,
Interpretation.
yeah,
Oh,
but it was
no.
very different from
That's
mine.
funny.
And he was like, I'm going to be with you the whole time. We're going to be fine.
Known for successfully
this, and I was
applying
like,
several times for public
"You need
health
to lie on your
positions
stomach
without
now."
ever
And I was
having
like,
received medical education.
And was just pretty much shutting
that's
down at
great.
this point. And I was watching everything happen as if I was across the room.
You had an out-of-body experience almost?
Yeah, it's part of dissociating. It's
Yeah.
called derealization,
Yeah.
when you don't experience what's happening in your life or the world
I
around
have an
you
altar
as
and
real. It
it's
feels like a dream.
Ashtar, so
I've
that's why I put
experienced
him
that
in the
many
corner
times
over
in my
there.
life because I've had severe
Specifically,
panic
hunky
attacks.
Ashtar
And in those moments,
is
it feels like my body is numb.
my
I feel like
split
I'm able to
personality.
see myself and my actions from a third-party perspective.
Yeah.
And I've almost felt crazy because I feel like there's me, and then there's a me
Oh
inside
no,
my head.
Hunky Ashtar is
noticing my
fronting.
outside actions.
What's he
That's
going to say?
Derealization. You're dissociating from yourself because it's a traumatic situation. If you're having a panic attack,
Yeah.
you are. Well, it's trauma. It's traumatic.
Do you ever experience, for example, like you're recording something on camera and then you look back at it later and you are just then realizing for the first time what occurred on camera?
I
Here,
did have.
here he is. Ashtar's
No,
fronting.
no, You are victorious. Know that we stand by, witnessing. They're projecting that love onto me now. From you. We love you. And you are our
Say the funny words, lady.
servant. Okay.
Okay.
I know now from what I'm feeling how important it is for them that this message
Absolutely
reaches
not.
you. So
Absolutely do
It's
not do
done.
that. Ashtar would not
And
enjoy Malort.
I encourage you to
Malort
take
is a
heed,
low
and
vibrational
we can come together as
beverage.
light workers and as Ashtar
Come on.
and continue to us into the of your transition into the light.
Okay. Alright. I can't find where she makes the funny noises, but she does the whole fucking light language mecha lecka hi, mecha hiney ho thing for like
A little
and then
while
she translates
where I was
it.
like, I don't ever want anybody to see me like that. But
It's
it was
all about
coming to
love
terms
and
with,
light, and
that's
Malort.
not you. And that's
Malort
why
is
it's okay.
actually
And if people are
handed
looking at
down
my
from the
altar
Star
in this body
Elders.
and saying that's Nin,
It's the
then
key
they're
to
denying that
realizing
other
your
alter's
true
existence.
potential as a
And
human.
I had to stop thinking from the point of view of that this is my body, I'm the only one who deserves to be here, this is only going to be my life forever. Because they've always been there, or most of them have always
I
been
like
there.
how disbelieving
They have
has
a life and
sorry.
feelings and wants and dreams of their own. They've experienced terrible things for me and kept me safe from terrible things. Why in the world should the fact that we've experienced terrible things and suffered be another reason that we should have to suffer?
Do each of your altars have names?
They all have names, ages, and literally the personalities.
Yeah.
They're all very distinct.
I'll be
How
fair,
do they
she
end
does
up
not look
receiving
all
names?
there.
Oh, they tell me their names.
Oh, really?
And I have no idea where they come up with some of them.
Really?
Because I'm like, this is not something I would have ever chosen. Like, what? Where did that come from? Like, one of my altar's name is Freedom.
Freedom!
Yes.
Does that altar represent freedom in any way?
I mean, her first name was Pain, and then she switched it to Freedom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A very
Oh,
literal
okay.
Yeah,
naming
so it
system.
was for her.
Jesus.
So
Yes.
some of my protector's name is Brad.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
just a very, yeah, no.
Name not
like,
protector, but name is Brad.
Yes, the
Yeah.
protector, his role is a protector for us,
Yes.
and his name is Brad.
Do you consider having DID a hindrance in your day-to-day life?
Even normal things like going out to a coffee shop or going out to the zoo, whenever me and my partner, who also has DID, try and do something nice, I don't think there's ever been an occasion where one of us hasn't been triggered. It's hard to do things that are simple, like walking around shopping centres, because certain things can be positive triggers,
Yeah.
which can encourage certain alters to front. For example, if we walk past a toy store, it's an immediate positive trigger for our little.
Oh, it's a good trigger then.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's safe for a little to suddenly be walking around. They're a child, so
That's my
the brain
excuse to start
essentially
acting like a
split
9-year-old
off
in public.
In some circumstances, will have split off and separated that area of
Yes.
life, those experiences. So while they still have access to an adult brain
Yeah.
and will be able to understand adult concepts and be able to use adult words, the way they process things is still the mind of a child. So they probably won't know where they are. They'll likely get scared.
Yeah.
I don't know where the body's going to be when I come back to. Somebody could take them. Yes, we're in an adult body, but adults get taken places too, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
If you are in... It's frightening not to
Yeah.
have control
Yeah.
and not to have memory, because you don't know what's happened.
That sounds terrifying.
It is terrifying.
I don't have all of the brain power. I don't have all the body batteries. Like
Oh.
some of it's Ali, some of it's Z.
So it's not each person doesn't have 100% within their own.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's 100% is hard. Like, they're 100% of themselves, but in
Right.
terms of managing the body, I do feel like on a somatic level or like a body energy level, like,
Yeah.
we have each different connections to different pathways in the brain and in the body. Like, I feel more sensation in certain parts of my body. And then if Ali comes to the front and I go away, Ali's gonna feel something differently. She might even taste something differently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and like different people have some food preferences based on that. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, we don't get to explore a lot of that because it's hard to go into a restaurant and be like, "Hey, there's actually 9 of us eating. Can you give us like this order and this
Sampler,
order,
please?"
Yeah.
Do you proudly tell people that you have DID, or is that something that's more of a secret?
I wouldn't call it a secret.
Right.
I mean, you know.
You're
maybe
I
never
wear
be
it
able
in
to
front of the
process
world.
Yes,
And I tried
but
to
there
get
have
them to
been- I
pay
am
me 9
careful,
times, one for each
because there
of my
have been times I told
personalities.
people who have completely retreated from my life.
I
just
actually
because
have
the
a
stigmas
related
around
story
it.
about
One of
that because So I work at at a place, and my coworker one morning came in at like 7 in the morning, and I used to have to come in at 7 a.m. all the time to train people how to do my job, because I'm a trainer for my company. And so she comes in, and when you walk into our building, you can look all the way to the back and you are able to see where I work. And so she came in for training one day, and she saw me there, like just going through the motions, setting things up, like getting the workplace ready. And so she goes downstairs, gets changed, comes back up, and I'm not there, and nothing is set up. So she texts me, and she's like, "Hey, Seamus, where are you?" And I didn't get that text until like noon or 1 or 2 p.m. or something, because it was my day off, and I was sleeping. I wasn't in the building at all. She saw me in the building, but I was not there. She saw my ghost, because I have been at this building and worked at this building for so long, and it has enough like stone and quartz and stuff built in it that it's soaked up the psychic impression of me working there, and it projects it as my ghost through the stone tapes theory of ghosts, as it's called. The stone tapes theory is the idea that certain types of rock and stone, usually quartz, can soak up the psychic impression of an event or of a person, and then under specific conditions can then project that impression. So I've worked at my job for so long, and you know, been so stressed out at my job, that the rocks that our counters are made of has soaked up my brain and projects it to people. And so my coworkers saw a ghost of me while we were working there, and I was home in bed asleep. So I texted her back. I'm like, I was not at work today at all. And she realized when she started her shift that I was never there. And then she was telling everybody, like, she saw my ghost. So my ghost is confirmed. And I tried to convince my manager that they need to pay my ghost, and because they would be paying me, and then they would because they're made out of wood. And well, fuck, that leaves you open for a really easy pun. And also, you are married. That is why. I tried to convince my manager that because my ghost is now working there 24/7, that they need to pay my ghost, and that I should get that money because it is technically a part of me, and that I should be making money 24/7, minimum wage, around the clock. I mean, I don't make minimum wage, but you can pay my ghost minimum wage. That's fine. And just, you know, just put that all on a check to me. Unfortunately, my general manager was like, "Seamus, you don't have a ghost working here in this building, and even if you did, I'm not paying your ghost." And I was like, wow, I can't believe you're so ectophobic. But, you know, whatever. When my ghost sues them in court for missed wages, it'll be the court case of the century, and I will clean that company out. Yeah, ectophobic, it's real.
My alters, she's my 16-year-old.
That's probably the actual term, honestly.
Told people we have it to push people away, or she didn't like them.
So it's a defense mechanism.
It is. It can be. For her, it is.
Yeah.
For some of us, it's better to not say.
Nothing?
Very hard to stay in a body.
Yeah.
I
Say.
can't fucking believe that ectophobic has not been coined as a term yet.
Yeah.
All right, watch her switch. I'm gonna grab
We got
some
plenty
water.
of time, like I was saying.
It's hard.
I know it's hard, but you're so strong because you flew all the way out here, and and it's okay to feel these things because Yeah, like I said, you're here to talk about it. Do you want to take a quick moment?
Sorry, what?
Do you want to take a quick moment off stage?
No, I'm here now. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
It's
No
Kyle.
worries. Hello, Kyle.
Nice to meet you.
Hi. Good to meet you.
Of course, we're in a skirt.
Yeah. You're not cool with the skirt?
No, not really.
No.
A bit uncomfortable.
I see you trying to cover it up.
Yeah, no, stop looking at my legs.
So you don't approve of Nin's choice?
I mean, I'd prefer not to be in it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, cool, looks great on her, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure you look cute as hell, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't personally.
You wouldn't
feel-
personally choose it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you mind continuing this interview?
No, I'm
with
good.
Okay.
I know why we're here.
So
Do you proud to
Kyle
tell
is
people
here.
You have DID, or is that something that you keep?
So Kyle is here, and Kyle is here, and the only change is she uses more vernacular, talks in a British accent, and doesn't like to wear a skirt. Okay.
Keep more of a secret.
Depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like, if it's a professional situation,
Yeah.
or something where if somebody does have like stigma around it, or is very, I don't know, like not open to it, or
Oh,
a
what's
little
up,
bit
pants?
oppressive around it, that could be like seriously damaging to whatever we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just safer to like not say anything.
What's the most annoying question you get about DID?
Honestly, the one that bothers me the most
Oh,
is
and now
who's
he
the
put
real
his hair
one.
back.
Yeah.
Because that really is like, we're all real though.
Yeah.
And also, like, oh, well, psychologists don't believe the idea exists. Yeah, they do. It's been, like, in the DSM and the ICD.
Yeah.
But it's in there, like, it's recognised worldwide as a treatable disorder.
I like that
with, you know, a known cause.
He's
and there's
covered,
a ton of medical
or
evidence
she covered her
behind
legs
it.
with
like,
the
people
fucking
have been
coat
in CAT
now.
scans and brain scans and stuff and switch while they're in there, and you can literally see different
After
parts
this,
of the brain
I want to
lighting
go
up.
into.
How do you feel about the way DID is portrayed in pop culture?
I don't know if we covered
like
this on the
Split and-
stream before, but one of the most popular instances, or one of the most well-known instances of DID, was The Many Minds of Billy Milligan, and it ruined his life. Like, this dissociative identity disorder does not make you into a cute e-girl with like different colored hair. It makes you into like someone who can barely hold a job, who can, barely keep their fucking life together. It's not a cute ooh woo, I have an ageless immortal vampire in my brain. It's like, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
It's
is what
Mr.
it is.
Robot.
Mr. Robot is one of the more interesting, like, kind of positive ones. Split was actually like what drove me into plural activism, because I was like not planning on talking about it. What's sad about that movie is, like, James McAvoy said in an interview in Good Morning America, I think, that he watched a lot of YouTube videos by multiples to understand the role, but that he couldn't find anyone to talk to study for the role. So it kind of feels like a form of stealing, because then he took those
He's culturally appropriating my mental illness.
kind of interesting physical portrayals that kind of were accurate, maybe pushed, but then used them to represent a really awful situation that I won't even describe.
Without even understanding the nuance behind it.
Yeah.
I think it offends me.
It's offensive.
We're scared people often. We're not monsters. We're not out to get people. We're most often hiding from monsters.
We had this
I haven't
friend,
seen
right?
it.
And
I might
after
have
we
to
told
watch
them
it.
we had DID, this was Chloe at the time, and they were walking, and Chloe said, "I'm sorry, I'm getting switchy, I might switch." And this was like the first time this friend had
I
seen
think
them.
it
And they were
offends
like,
me.
they looked really scared, and they literally moved away. And they said,
Anytime you have
"It's
to
not gonna
think
be
about
murder,
whether or
is
not
it?"
you're
And
offended,
then,
you're
like,
not
she was
actually
100%
offended.
serious. She was like, "Are they going to hurt me? Do I need to be like? Do I need to like be scared?"
Was her only exposure to DID through things like Split?
I don't know, but we've also had comments on our channel, like, of people saying that teachers have used Split to educate their students about DID, as in,
Right.
like, this is an example of DID. Like,
How do you feel about that?
it is bollocks. Like, oh, it's ridiculous. It is so damaging. Like, there are some stuff it gets right. Like, yeah, it's done through trauma. Yeah, there can be protectors and persecutors. But we're not superheroes.
So what are your takes right now, guys? Do you think... yes or no on each of these three people. Which of them do actually have dissociative identity disorder and split personalities, and which of them do you think are faking it for clout?
Heroes. There's no the beast. We ain't gonna hurt you. We ain't gonna kidnap you. Like, people with DID are created with DID. It's developed because of trauma. We are no more likely to be dangerous than any other member of society, and in most cases we are less likely because of what we've been through. Most people are more likely to return to the situation of being a victim or
personally,
being
I'm on the
abused
fence
rather
about
than
this
abuser.
one.
What do you think the biggest misconception is surrounding DID?
I think there's the idea
I
that
think
it's
he's
purely
absolutely
dysfunctional,
faking.
that it's obviously miserable. I've
Just
definitely had my rough
completely not.
days,
Right.
weeks, months,
But it's not
years.
Not
It's
actually.
gotten better.
Yeah.
And I think that's the part that we don't tell.
A lot of people think that it's really rare.
Yeah.
The same percentage of people who have ginger hair have DID.
What is that, 1 to 3%?
1 to 3%, yeah, which means
So you're telling me that every ginger has dissociative identity disorder, and that's why they're not two out of three are either faking, trick themselves into believing that they have it, or have been misdiagnosed. I agree completely. Yes.
it's as common as bulimia.
I think the
more
real
common
one
than
is either
schizophrenia.
her
You either
or the
haven't
blonde
known it
girl.
or you ain't known it. If they don't want you to know, you won't know.
If there's anyone watching who has DID but maybe is uncomfortable or experiencing fear about the idea of letting people know due to the negative stigma and judgment, is there anything that you'd want to say to them?
You're not alone. A lot of folks experience being many people, parts, alters, identities in one body. It's okay if it's hard sometimes. The world isn't set up for us to have an easy time as folks with DID.
Like, I'm dissociating now, and
This is kind of what makes me believe she's not.
Take your time. Let me know when you'll be ready.
Watch. Oh no.
I wanted to answer the question.
You can answer it.
Oh no,
Let me know when you want me to ask it
there's
again.
somebody else. Yeah, so.
Oh, no problem. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
Do you want me to set you up with a question again? Do you want to answer this? Do you want me to explain to you what's going on? We're in the middle of an interview about DID.
We have DID.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And that's what you're here to talk about.
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable talking about DID?
I think she's just like
Yeah?
kind of a good actress.
Do you want?
I can answer the question.
All right. I'll ask the one that I just asked Kyle.
Okay.
And Kyle mentioned that Nin wanted to come out and answer this one. Do you feel comfortable answering this one?
I don't know what it is yet.
Okay. All right.
I can't answer it till you tell me what it is.
Okay. If there's anyone watching who has DID and is maybe nervous about the idea of coming out and talking about it with people because they're fear of the judgment that they might receive or anything like that, is there anything that you'd want to say to them? Any kind of advice that you'd want to give them?
I say
And you can say that to camera if you want.
the camera.
Yeah.
Without the man behind the camera. Hi, you have such good hair.
Yeah, doesn't he?
It's so
Oh
good.
my god.
When you have DID, you feel very alone. And it feels like you're going crazy. And there's no way anyone can understand. And there's no way you can have a good life. And this is it. It's going to be bad life forever. It's always going to be living bad memories, people thinking bad things, and it's not. And
this
even when it
answer
feels like
is
that, it feels so bad.
way too
and the memories
articulate
are so
for
bad.
however young this child is supposed to be.
It's okay, take your time. And if you want a moment, it's okay. And if you want to cut this part out or anything like that, we totally will.
Okay.
Yeah, so take your time.
But we felt like that.
The face totally changed as well when he said we can cut this out. Like, obviously she wants this in.
And now everything's different.
What's different?
We're not alone anymore.
Is that a better feeling?
I'm sorry.
It's okay, don't be sorry. That's why you're here. You're here to talk about this and feel these feelings. But let me know if you want to stop for whatever reason.
Like
This is all up to
okay,
you.
kids can share advanced
Somebody
feelings.
else.
Like kids can have complicated emotions, but they can't give you an inspirational speech about your future because of you having DID. Like, no. That's not going to happen. No kid is going to give you this 2-minute long anime main character fucking inspirational pep talk.
You can let them speak whenever you want.
I'm really sorry.
Don't apologize.
I'm too small.
Yeah, it's okay. You have no reason to apologize.
What happened?
I don't remember the name. Years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Gave a really good response.
Can I still do it too?
You want to do it too?
I do, yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's okay to take your time with it. Nobody's entitled to information about why this has happened or anything deeply personal about how you exist as you are.
Okay, so she naturally has a very slight British accent, right? So when she's Kyle, she just dials up the British accent. When she's a kid, it's just her normal accent in a high-pitched voice. Like, that's it.
But there is
I don't know.
absolutely
Maybe I'm
nothing
nitpicking.
to be ashamed of. We see you, and we believe you.
I actually have a parting gift for you.
Okay, that's the end of that. I want to look into Billy Milligan. Let's see. Let's try this one. Cause Billy actually, like, had, I think he's dead, really crazy DID, and I want to get into why his DID is so important.
We're all used to waking up early in the morning, performing our daily duties throughout the day, and coming back home to go to sleep. We have full control over our actions, our thoughts, and our body. But
Also, I'm
imagine
gonna go grab
partitioning
some
yourself
fucking,
24 times over into one body
Tums.
and had to fight with other personalities to gain control of your original self. William Stanley Milligan was born in Miami Beach, Florida on February 14, 1955 to Dorothy and Johnny Morrison, who were just a couple at the time. Milligan's childhood was nothing like any other regular kids. He had it rough. At just 1 month old, Billy was already diagnosed with esophagus cancer.
Oh no, we haven't gotten
When
to
he was
Tumblr
young,
yet.
his father
We're gonna
suffered
go
from
there
deadly
soon,
addiction,
'cause I
and in
fucking
addition
hate it.
to that, he was an alcoholic. His father had attempted to end his life about 2 times. The first was unsuccessful. However, his second attempt was not. He passed away from carbon dioxide poisoning after locking himself in his car and turning on the engine in his garage.
Yeah.
After his father's passing,
just,
Billy's mother left for Miami for a
So we went to Applebee's today, because my boyfriend and we want to try, well, I want to try, and I'm forcing him to come with me. Yeah, that'd be funny. Well, I don't think I'll ever browse Tumblr, because, ew. We want to visit each of the, like, generic American cuisine, insanely cheap for large quantities of food restaurants. So, like, Red Robin, Applebee's, Chili's, Longhorn Steakhouse, Cheesecake Factory, just, like, all the, like, really, like, middle of the road, franchise restaurants, we want to do all of them and compare and contrast them. So today we did Applebee's. But before that, we also had a couple fucking energy drinks and a bunch of other shit. So my stomach is fucked right now.
Another man named Charlie Milligan, who she soon got married with. At just 8 years old, Billy was subjected to violence and inappropriate touching by his stepfather, Charlie. This type of inappropriate behavior could have been the catalyst for Billy's strange mental condition. As time went on, the medical field broadened, with psychology and psychiatry discovering stranger mental diseases.
And that is actually
the DSM-2, short for Diagnostic and Statistical
DiD.
Manual of Mental Disorders, was first released in 1968. The DSM is considered to be the Bible for mental health professionals. It lists several different mental conditions, along with their definitions, symptoms, and treatment for it. In 1968, new mental disorders emerged in a book, especially one known as dissociative identity disorder,
absolutely,
or better known as multiple personality disorder. A person who is diagnosed with the condition will exhibit 2 or more split identities or personality states that will take over the person's behavior. At any point of time, the individual will involuntarily act
we know this.
as one of their
Please
alter
get to
ego.
Billy.
Okay. Corey, I'd like to speak with you if I could, please. Corey? Corey? Hi, Corey. Do you remember me, Corey? Yeah? You know who I am? Where you be?
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Spiegel, and you're in my office now at Stanford Medical Center.
As we see next, little Corey has good vision.
Could you look at me and describe what you see?
He's a big man.
A big man?
You not have here.
That's right. That's right. What else do you
You
know?
have eyes to be the color of your sorry?
What color is that?
Be the color of the sky.
The color of the sky? That's right. Can I talk to Margaret again, please?
Poor foot.
How are you?
Okay, other than my foot.
What happened? Your foot fall asleep?
Oh, I think she must have been sitting on
Oh, it hurts.
it.
William Stanley Milligan was diagnosed with that exact disorder. However, his case was special, as he had 24 different alter egos.
Okay, good. I hope they actually, cover all of them.
The older he got, the more personalities he retained, all with different names, ages, accents, interests, sexualities, roles, as well as their
he
own
has a
mental
gay
and
one.
physical disabilities.
He also had a
such
female
as dyslexia
straight
and
one, and
deafness.
there was a
Bear
lesbian
with me,
woman.
as I will be mentioning all 24 of his personalities, which have names attached to it.
Oh, goody.
His first 2 alter egos appeared at the age of 4, Christine and Sean. Christine was a dyslexic 3-year-old that would only show up whenever Billy was punished. Sean was the other alter ego, who was a deaf 4-year-old that would emit a strange buzzing sound with his mouth, just so he can feel the vibration in his skull. Whenever he was abused, his other alter ego Danny would show up, a 14-year-old boy who enjoyed painting. Danny would have 2 major phobias, men and soil. His first phobia...
Here's the other thing about Billy Milligan that makes him so exceptional. Each one of his split personalities could paint. All of his personalities were artists and painters, but they each had incredibly distinct artistic styles. So he had 24 different painting styles.
is due to the fact that his stepfather used to abuse him. And the second phobia is due to the fact that his father once made him dig his own grave and buried him in it. At the age of 15, Dr. Brown diagnosed Billy's condition as hysterical neurosis with passive-aggressive tendencies.
And look at his eyes. Even in just these pictures, you can look at his eyes and tell there is something deeply wrong with this person.
Then confined into a psychiatric institute in Columbus State Hospital. The young teenager suffered with these symptoms: confusion, absences with few intermissions, and thoughts of terminating his own life. His first attempt was at the age of 16. However, his more powerful identities would subdue him, shutting down his conscience completely, and setting him to sleep, which produced some sort of amnesia to the event.
Oh, I completely forgot about this. Billy Milligan. Oh my god, I completely forgot. So Billy, he tried to commit suicide at the age of 16. His other personalities took over, prevented the suicide, and then kept Billy Milligan from emerging again for decades. He would only emerge as the fronting personality like every 12 years or something, and very briefly. Just imagine that. You try to kill yourself, you don't succeed, and someone else takes over your body. You wake up the next day and you're like 28, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? And then you go under again and you wake up and you're like 35, and you're just like, and that's exactly what happened to Billy Milligan, and we have all the interviews. It's insane.
In order to have a better understanding of Billy's condition, we need to visualize it. Think of Billy's mind as a dark room, and in the center of it is a ray of light.
Yeah,
where
that's
one
how he
by
described
one,
it.
his alter ego would individually stand in a ray of light, and once they did that, they would get possession of his mind completely. Once his alter ego would become unconscious, they would either sleep or overwatch or even interact with each other. His third alter ego was Christopher, who was a 13-year-old boy who loved to play the harmonica. Ryzen was Billy's older self.
Yeah, Billy described the interior of his mind as sort of a room with lots of beds in it, and essentially it's a dark room. There's a spotlight in the middle, and whoever is standing in the spotlight is the one who gets to be in control of the body. And the other personalities can just kind of walk around this room, lay in their beds, interact. They can't really do much of anything else, so they all want to be in the spotlight. But the other personalities have this agreement between themselves of whoever is the best personality for the job that they need to do to continue keeping a normal life, surviving, all that shit, that's going to be the one that's fronting. And we're going to get into that,
He had
I'm
incredible
sure, in this
strength
video.
and was able to speak Serbo-Croatian. The only time he took full control of Billy was during dangerous situation.
Right.
Arthur was Billy's 22-year-old older self for sleep or overwatch or even interact with each other.
This one's really good.
His third alter ego was Christopher, who was a 13-year-old boy who loved to play the harmonica. Ryzen was Billy's older self. He had incredible strength and was able to speak Serbo-Croatian.
He says he had incredible strength. What he leaves out is that for some reason, this personality was he did speak fluent Serbo-Croatian. So Serbian/Croatian. Also, this personality could directly control the adrenal glands of the body. There are recorded feats of strength from this personality that should not be humanly possible, because this personality was able to overclock the fucking adrenal gland. It's insane.
The only time he took full control of Billy was during dangerous situation. Arthur was Billy's 22-year-old self. He was a sophisticated and educated British who can speak and read Arabic. He was an expert in the field of medicine and science. He would only take control when intellectual thinking was required. Arthur and Ryzen were his two most dominant personalities. They both established rules, which were to never lie to each other, protect women and children, and never steal from each other. If one were to ever break even one rule, that character would be labeled as the undesirable. Adelana is Billy's feminine side. Phil was Bill's mischievous side, who would often commit crimes and was involved in many robberies. Alan was a manipulator and liar. Tommy, an escape artist. Kevin, another criminal who attacked a...
They say Tommy was an escape artist. What they mean is that he could dislocate every bone in his hands and arms and put them back. He is glossing over so much crazy shit.
The pharmacy. Walter, an Australian hunter. Samuel was an Orthodox Jew, which was the only person who believed in God. Robert was another alter ego of Billy, and he happened to be a 17-year-old boy who constantly dreamed of traveling and participating in numerous adventures, but showed no ambition whatsoever. Martin played as the 19-year-old self of Billy. He is described as a snob, and he mainly loves to show off and is particularly greedy. Lee is Billy's comedic side. He loves to joke around a lot and loves to irritate others. He barely values his own life and doesn't think about the consequences of his actions. Steve is a deceiver who laughs at people and is mostly self-centered. He is the only one who disagrees with Billy's mental diagnosis. He mainly enjoys mocking and passes time by imitating others. Mark is 16-year-old. He is a character who is easily persuaded by others.
We need something. Oh shit. The full-ass audiobook. Oh man. We gotta listen to that at some point. That's part 1. Well, okay.
Hey, you're Billy Milligan, aren't you?
Yeah, you're Alan Starr, aren't you?
Yeah.
I recognized you from the soap opera 45701.
Oh, well, actually, it's a really documentary, but that's another point. But
Whatever. Okay. I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to go to... Well, let's do some cringe. Let's meet this girl's tulpa. Oh, she's Irish.
This video is not sponsored. I will have to blur out this. Yeah, there you go.
No, you won't.
Now I can drink in peace. Hi guys, welcome back to my Terran territory. You may call me Kira, and today we're going to finally start the Tulpa series that I have been planning to make. In this series I will be talking about my Tulpa, my experiences with having a Tulpa, and my Tulpa in general, as in her personality and stuff. Before we start this video, I wanted to share with you guys that a few friends of mine have created this magazine. It's an alter human magazine, and it's pretty great. You should totally check it out because it has some really informational stuff in there, but also just some nice stuff that kind of brings you into the sphere of the whole Terrantipy thing. I will share a link down in the description below. I was not part of this project at all, but I just wanted to share it with you guys. So, also before I start, I wanted to mention what exactly is a tulpa, because a lot of people might not know what this is. Tulpa lays within the branch of thought forms. I haven't done much research with thought forms in general, however I do know what a tulpa is. A tulpa is basically sort of an imaginary friend.
Yeah, we know this.
This imaginary friend has this whole consciousness within it about tulpas, and then thinking that they are alters of a personality disorder or a dissociative identity disorder. That's just not what it is. It's basically like an imaginary friend. Usually it plays the lead in your imagination, and it also is an imaginary friend that you can see outside of the world.
So mine is a 900-year-old wolf.
Tulpas can vary per person, really. Some tulpas are created themselves. People want to create a tulpa, and they create a tulpa. Like, what do I want her to look, him or her to look like? But my tulpa was already kind of created from a very young age. So I don't know whether she was like whether she came to me or whether I created her. But I will be talking about that in a later video.
I'm still new at this.
What the fuck is this channel? Can we...
I know I tell you guys that I want you guys to call me Kira, but that's basically because I don't really want to share my real name on the internet. So I go by the name of my tulpa. And she's okay with that. She's like, oh well, as long as you don't pretend that I'm her, then it's fine. You can already hear this is going to be off to a great start. So Kira is my tulpa, and she lives in my head. She plays the lead in my imagination, usually when I think of a new story or
it's just an OC
like,
donut steal.
She's the lead of that story. She has her own main story, which is called Elements, in which she is the human form of water, the element water. She was born in an isolated tribe in India, in the rainforest of India. She has never had any contact with other humans, modern humans. So she is very primal. She thinks primal. She thinks like any way to think when you have to survive on your own. She lives there in a tribe with... Oh my god, that cat is chasing a bird. I know you have your instincts, cat, but please don't hurt the bird. I also do this with my hands. I don't know why. So basically...
Okay, you're cringe. Goodbye.
Back to my channel. So today we're here for another episode about...
Claire. She's a good drama tuber. She's a good drama tuber. And she is... She's pretty upfront with all of her stuff, you know?
Tumblr sucks. So before I forget, I wanted to thank Emily for bringing this to my attention. She messaged me on Snapchat about it, so thank you, Emily. So today we're going to be talking about something weird, as usual, and they're called tulpas. So I found definitions on a website called tulpa.org, and I figured we could go through what exactly it means before we get into the actual Tumblr posts, okay? So we know what we're looking at. What is a tulpa? It says that a tulpa is an entity created in the mind, acting independently of and parallel to your own consciousness. They're able to think and have their own free will, emotions, and memories. In short, a tulpa is like a sentient person living in your head, separate from you. It's currently unproven whether or not tulpas are truly sentient, but in this community we treat them as such. And then it says about how it takes time to create a complex tulpa with its identity and so forth. Then I looked into how tulpas are created or how they actually come about, right? And it says, you'll create a tulpa by imagining a person in your head and treating them as a person. The exact mechanism is unknown, but as you give a tulpa attention and believe it can be a sentient person, it will grow into one and act independently of you. At first, you'll be narrating to your tulpa, speaking to it and visualizing it in your mind, and with time, you'll be able to communicate through various methods, which will be described in the next section.
This is why this is
so far,
appealing
the theme that I'm noting is that there are a lot of
4chan who just want their fucking waifu pillows. Like, it's just these fucking losers who've been living in their parents' basement for 10 years who are now, like, trying to make their fucking body pillows into tulpas, you know?
Unknowns. You don't know if it can be sentient. You don't know how exactly it develops. Like, what do you know? Nothing. Then, it says that beside interacting with your tulpa yourself, you can learn to give them control of your body. This is called possession, much like demons. Anyways, they will be able to move by themselves, learning to be able to do whatever they want, be it practicing a hobby, using a computer to talk to people, or play games, or anything else that you can do yourself. To me, that is deeply, like, creepy. I would never want anything else controlling my body. Like, it's called possession for a reason. Look up The Exorcist, for example. I don't know. So then I went in the section of the FAQs because I was thinking, this sounds kind of similar to DiD or schizophrenia or MPD, and here there is...
No, I mean, you're absolutely fucking LARPing if you're like, I'm gonna make my... Okay, do you remember when we watched, No, that's totally fine. Do you remember when we watched, we did a cringe bingo, like, forever ago, and we watched all these videos of kids, like, actual children, who were like, oh, I am a werewolf, and at night I shift into my primal form. And then they would just, like, get on all fours and go, and they would, like, roll around in their fucking bedroom and, like, make little growling noises and just pretend to be a dog. Like, that's exactly what, ooh, I'm gonna let my tulpa possess me, and we're gonna... Yeah, he's gonna learn to code. Like, you know, it's just LARPing. You're just doing something and pretending it's your fucking split personality. Yeah. Oh yeah. Where, you know what, boys? So, here's the stream schedule so far, right? We've got Tonight's stream. Friday, I work 11 to 5. So I can come back home, and around like 7, we can do a cringe bingo night. So we can do a cringe bingo night tomorrow, and oh, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna fucking hurt. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
There is a question in the FAQ asking how is this different from DID, MPD, or schizophrenia? And it says, the mental disorders listed above are usually caused by genetics or by experiencing traumatic events. People with these disorders have symptoms that happen involuntarily,
I have a bingo card
and people
made
with these
for it
disorders
already, too.
cannot choose to control their symptoms. Sometimes patients will black out, their place being taken by another personality without the host having any control over the process. These things don't happen with tulpas. You can choose to listen to your tulpa and ignore them. And then it goes on to say that you have a great amount of control and that usually tulpas are supposed to be,
bingo.
A positive experience. I went on the website
Rapping
of the
and
Mayo
singing
Clinic
with no
and I
music
looked
is a
up
big one.
what DID is described as, and it says,
Really bad
formerly
dancing,
known as multiple personality
pretending to be an
disorder, this
animal.
disorder is characterized by switching
We'll do
to
some
alternate
right-wing and
identities.
left-wing
You may
cringe,
feel the presence of 2 or more people
as we are
talking or living
based
inside your head,
centrists.
and you may feel as though you're possessed by other identities. Each identity may have a unique name, personal history, and characteristics, including obvious differences in voice, gender, mannerisms, and even such physical quality as the need for eyeglasses. So far, the real big difference between tulpas and someone with DID is the fact that there's trauma, the fact that people choose to have their tulpas, and apparently the fact that they can control their tulpas. However, the idea of possession to me does not really emphasize control. On the contrary, it emphasizes lack of control, so I feel like there's a very big similarity.
Did you add him on
To me,
Twitter?
it almost seems like these people are trying to have some form of positive DID, which is just weird. But anyways, let's look at some Tumblr examples. Tulpamancy tip number 1. The best way to make tulpas sentient is to talk to them all the time, so they will have to say to you to shut up as early as possible. So essentially you're talking to yourself because the thing does not exist. I mean, this is the equivalent of having either an alter or an imaginary friend, and I don't understand why someone would want this. Like, I understand loneliness, I understand it's hard to make friends, but at the same time, do you really want the thing you're talking to be in your head? I don't know, I feel like I would just go crazy if I just started talking to myself saying, hey, there's a guy who lives in my head, his name is George and he smokes a cigar. What's up, George?
Oh, okay.
Nothing much, Julia,
Okay,
I'm
I
good.
just got his DM.
Boring. I mean, I don't know, like, this is really weird. I feel like it could actually be really detrimental to do this. It really could. Here we have another one. How to take care of a tulpa. Give them a good home in the form of a calm and pliable mind.
My phone died.
Feed them only the finest attention and compassion you can afford. Take them out for walks regularly so you can enjoy the great outdoors along with you. Play with them every now and then to bond with them and teach valuable skills. Give them the room they need to develop into their own unique individuals. Belly rubs if they're into that kind of thing.
Before we get started,
So are
it's going to be
tulpas
on
dogs
Wednesday.
apparently now? Because this sounds like you're taking out a dog. And the funny thing is when it says, oh, take your tulpa on a walk with you, it's like it's in your head. So by definition, if you go out, it's going to come with you. I mean, the distance from reality here is mind-boggling. I have no words. There's nothing like when your thought forms are happy. I keep hearing laughter and feeling their smiles. I can feel their joy and light sparkling through my veins. It's like a bright sun inside
Yeah,
me.
just take your brain on a
So
walk.
I'm happy you're happy, but at the same time, it's like, this is all a figment of your imagination. The person, the tulpa that you're talking to does not exist. You're creating alters for I don't know what reason. Why can't you talk to other people? I mean,
I'll tell you
the
what
thing that would
reason.
worry me.
It's because you are boring and afraid that other people will find you boring. So you have to make up some shit about how, oh, I created a psychic vampire ghost. Condoning the shit? No. She doesn't understand why.
The most about this is, first of all, the whole possession thing. How do I know that it's not going to take over? Second of all, I feel like I would lose my handle on reality.
I read that
If
as
you understand
condoning
this,
this
please-
shirt, and I was like, of course she's condoning that shirt. It says girl gang.
Explain, Burley. Here we have another one. Am I a shitty person for not believing in tulpas even though my best friend has supposedly created one? I don't know. I just don't see how you can wake up one day and create an alternate personality voluntarily without trauma. So this person has their feet on the ground, and the thing is, I can totally see why someone would have an alternate personality if trauma occurred, right? However, if trauma doesn't occur, the fact that you just develop this new alternate personality or internal mental friend, I don't understand that. I really don't. I totally agree with this person. Last one, how to be a real system.
And then you let your tulpa take over your body and work out for you while you fuck around, you know? That's what you should do.
1, have other people sharing a head with you. 2, there ain't any step 2. In the tags it says hashtag endogenic system. Do you guys remember when we talked about endogenic systems as people who don't go through trauma but still claim to have DID and other similar mental illnesses? Yeah, so this person says,
Tumblr
like, you're inherently valid. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It's valid. So even if George isn't in my head, I can just say George is in my head, and by definition, I'm valid. This is one of the things that bothers me so much about Tumblr, is that there's this inherent validity. And it's like, it's not inherent. Things are not inherently valid. There needs to be reasoning, proof, potentially trauma. I'm not here for this. I really am not. Let me know what you think about all this. I just don't know what to think about all this. Anyways,
Zoophiles.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel.
Let's get into Zoophiles,
today
shall we?
We are going to be looking at some truly disturbing content, and I know some of you are going to be like, bitch, what's new? But today we'll take the cake. So I just want to start by doing 2 specific things. I don't have holy water, so setting spray is gonna have to do. Okay. Then the other thing is a quote by my first love, Shakespeare, just to protect us from what we are about to see. Hell is empty and all the devils are here. So today we're gonna talk about
That's a Kyle move.
And I don't think I've ever imagined myself.
Yeah, Kyle is fronting right now for
do
Julia.
Not listen to me. Do not look at this tag on Tumblr, because I have seen things that I've never wanted to see in my life.
Oh,
and something happens to you when you see
Kyle.
a guy having sex with a horse. Okay, great.
Fuck. What
Moving
is
on.
A girl Kyle?
Okay, so here we have a first post.
It
Dog
sucks
lovers
because
unite,
Kyle
kick,
isn't-
etc. Anyone who wants to talk to other people
Kyle
who are
isn't
into
short
dog
for
bestiality, use this post to share and find kick and other messaging usernames. Okay, I'm not taking you up on that.
What is a girl Kyle?
Trigger warning, rape and animal abuse.
Kylette?
Zoophilia is not a kink. You could not kink shame zoophilia. Zoophilia is
Kylie.
not normal
It's
or
Kylie,
healthy. Zoophilia is a rape fantasy. How is that healthy? Thank you. So I was going to talk about how I'm not kink shaming because this is like crazy and a no. So I'm not going to read the rest of the post, but there you go. For any of you weirdos coming out of the woodworks, I've already said it. It's not kink shaming. Here we have a picture, zoophilia, another kind of love. I mean, the illegal love, the disgusting love, the animal rape love, the non-consent love. What kind of love are we talking about here? Because I wouldn't call it love, that's for sure. How Toby and I met, started our relationship, and where we're at today. So just so you know, the person who posted this was posting a screenshot, so they're not the original poster. I met Toby when he was about 7 months old.
Hashtag
7 months, this is going really well. He was almost fully grown in size by then. Last Thanksgiving, a month before his 3rd birthday, we were sitting on the couch in the basement watching YouTube videos on my laptop. Nothing good ever happens in the basement. I was more focused on petting him than on the videos, honestly. Eventually, he got up and came in to kiss me. No one was around, so I let him. I didn't feel like a normal lick kiss. It was more gentle and caring than any of his previous kisses. Eventually, he was laying on his back and I was laying over him and we were cuddling and kissing. More recently, we've made our relationship more official. Now he's more than my boyfriend, he's my mate and I wouldn't want him any other way. He's the top, by the way.
Oh, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I did not have to know that he was the top. I really didn't. I just got goosebumps.
He's the top.
Where do I start with this? Holy fuck. How do you make it official with a dog, though? Does your dog have a Facebook and now, like, you're both, like, listed as in a relationship? What does that even mean? No. Next. Hard pass. Okay, so this is another post I found. Guide to sex with dogs and FAQs.
Really hate that.
So this person thinks that there's a huge difference between a bestialist and a zoophile. So a bestialist uses and abuses animals for their own gain. This may include pain, force, or injury in the process, much like a rapist. A zoophile has a relationship with their animals akin to that of husband and wife or true lovers. The sexual activities are consenting and mutually enjoyed, with the human and animal sharing their unique sexuality and nonverbal communication. It truly is a unique and special relationship.
Can y'all just not fuck dogs, please?
Zoophiles and myself do not condone sex with immature animals. Immature animals. So at what age would you consider an animal mature? You know, would a dog have to be over 18 in dog years for it to be mature? Or like what is it? Do you get like a text notification saying, hey, your dog is ready to bang? Like, I don't get it. This is all kinds of fucked up. But the funniest thing is that this person is
like a pizza notification.
Crazy enough to think that he, as a zoophile, is better than a person who indulges in bestiality. That's the most hilarious thing, that there's this ranking. It's all abusive. There's no ranking. Don't get it fucked up in your head. Okay? Cool. Moving on.
There's no ranking.
Okay, so I found this other blog that kind of gives advice, and it gives the worst advice ever, honestly, and it was here, and I found this question. Is it weird if I want to let my dog eat me out or lick my tongue as if we're kissing? My dog already ate me out one time and I want it more. The simple answer to your question, is it weird? Yes. Should you do it again? No. Right? It should be that simple. But instead, here comes the wisdom. Whether it is weird, it depends on your perspective. Mainstream society will most likely dismiss these actions as weird, wrong, and disgusting. Correct. But at the same time, these non-zoosexuals don't shy away from saying something like, I love my dog more than people, or allowing a dog to sleep in the bed, or even under the duvet.
Oh, your dog
sleeping
in your bed
under the duvet is the same as having sexual attraction for a dog. Totally the same thing, same ballpark. You realize how fucked that is, right?
It's exactly
Personally,
the same.
I don't think it's weird that you enjoy your dog.
Oh, you cuddle with your warm, furry pet. You show any type of non-sexual affection to your companion animal. Sorry, buddy. Now you're a fucking zoophile. Here, we're exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Everything's the same. The slippery slope fallacy is 100% true. It's a slippery slope from petting your dog to fucking it, so there you go. You're a zoophile now.
Eating you out or licking your tongue, as long as it happens with mutual consent.
Christ.
So how do you get mutual consent? Can they sign release forms? Do they tell you? Can you just tell from their eyes? No. No. I've had a long day. This tomfoolery.
I've had a long day.
Next. Oh, so this one's good. Do people really think zoophiles are creeping on everyone's pet? Jesus, we're not pedophiles creeping on your children. Please stop. Okay, so the difference between you and pedophiles is that pedophiles choose children and you choose animals. So you guys are not all that far off.
Yeah.
Animals can't give consent. Children can't give consent.
That's it. That's the whole argument.
You guys are pretty similar. I'm sorry to break it to you.
So
this last post I got
she's right.
Via Twitter, because Deanna, shout out to you, messaged it to me since we've both been kind of talking about this weird community. I'll be linking her info in the description box, her email, and her Twitter. So last but not least, the most disgusting post. Reblog if you want your inbox filled. I want my inbox filled with pussy, cock, and dog cock cum. And someone commented, that's so hot.
I guess we just have to nuke the planet. Oh no, you've thrown up the illusion. Now I know that this brick wall is a
I realize
tapestry.
I still have to finish this video, but I am so done. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Get the holy water, call
She honestly
your
should have
priest.
just ended
I don't
it
know,
there.
I'm not even religious, but I feel like I should call someone right now. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about why Tumblr sucks again, but much to my relief and probably yours, we are not going to be talking about things that need holy water. This is more silly in my point of view. So we're talking about
Nazis.
otherkin.
Nazis are
And
coming
before
up
we
next.
start, I found this Vice article that kind of explains what otherkin are, so I figured we could look at it briefly, so I'm not just throwing you into the deep end, although
that one.
it's still going to be kind of the deep end.
My stomach just decompressed.
So, otherkin are people too, they just identify as non-human. We talked to the internet residents who feel more like foxes, dragons, and cats than members of Homo sapiens. Otherkin are people who identify as partially or entirely non-human. A dragon, a lion, a fox, you name it, there's probably someone out there who feels like they are more these things than they are human. The otherkin community can be found on Reddit, Tumblr, TV tropes, and other online forums.
But I can also
the popularity of
move over here
otherkin
and block my
phenomena
fan.
seems to have been steadily
So maybe that'll
increasing,
help.
particularly on Tumblr since
Oh, I don't know.
2012. So then he spoke to
It's
this guy
potentially a fan.
on Reddit who said, I am a red foxkin who was, as we call, awakened about a year ago. He said that the awakening felt at the very least relieving because everything seemed to come together for me.
Collect Tumblr
I started getting odd dreams where I could change physically into a fox, like they were very
But you
realistic,
get
honestly.
them,
And after a
like-
while in real life, it felt
like
quite
you-
real. Like
you
I actually had a
collect-
tail, I actually had ears.
All right. Here's my game concept. Right. It's a gacha game, and you collect normal people, and then you like level them up and apply currency to them, and awaken them, and you turn them into Tumblr weirdos. So like each of the different troops will have like 1 to 3 different types of Tumblr weirdo they can become. So like maybe you give one fake dissociative identity disorder and turn them into a multiple. Maybe you give like one of them like spirit fox tulpas. Like you just pick some weird Tumblr shit and you apply it to your troop, and you have to collect them all. And there's like maybe like a chess like battle system. It's something dumb like that. People will buy it up. $1 billion in revenue in the first year.
At first, it was one of those things I freaked out over, and then after all, I was like, I'm just going to play with my tail for a minute. Every so often, John says he gets mental shifts. I could just be at home, and then all of a sudden, click, the fox part of me just comes out for a while, and then it just goes. So this is interesting. What does it even mean for a fox part of you to come out? Does that mean that there's obviously there's a mental shift, but why, how do you know to attribute that to a fox? You know what I mean? I don't know. To me, this is a form of escapism, and it is a form of replacement, of filling a hole. Something is up, essentially.
Oh, I bet.
Anyways, let's look at some Tumblr examples. Also, thank you so much. There's a best friend of mine
these
who helped.
fucking weird Tumblr people, bottoms. Every single one of them. Not a single top on the whole website. I tell you, it's terrible. It's a drought.
Helped me do this research.
A
Thank
dick
you.
drought.
You know who you are. So this was an ask, and it says, so I have a problem. I'm a woman, and unfortunately, I'm fact-kin with Hitler.
What? What?
There's a best friend of mine who helped me do this research. Thank you. You know who you
Did
are.
I hear that correctly?
So this was an ask, and it says, so I have a problem. I'm a woman, and unfortunately, I'm fact-kin with Hitler. I don't get any urges to gas people or anything like that, but every time I find someone is a Jew, I need to walk away, for I get a terrible urge to strangle them, and I don't because I don't want to start World War II over again after how that turned out. What should I do? Also, is it still possible for me to be a feminist if I'm kin with a straight, cis, white male?
What?
If you don't want to actually enact violence upon Jews...
What? Oh my god. Is it still possible for me to be a feminist if I am spiritually Hitler? Honey, I think that is the least of your problems. Oh my god.
I'd recommend staying away from them for the most part. However, if someone close to you, such as a friend or family member, is a Jew, try to calm yourself by thinking of the numbers of Jews that were already killed, so there's no need to just kill that one that you're with. It's definitely possible for you to be a feminist. Don't let your gender or your kin type get in the way of supporting women. What does fact-kin even mean?
What the
Individuals
fuck? what the fuck? Just remember, the Holocaust happened, so, like, it's fine. No! Oh my god. I so strongly hope that this is a LARP. Like,
identify spiritually or psychologically as a person who currently lives or has lived. Okay, so technically, then this person identifies with Hitler. So this person should know everything there is to know about Hitler, even his most intimate things, right? Because they are like a previous Hitler. I don't know, this is confusing to me. Either way, this person to me is trying to escape from the fact that they are
boring and normal,
pretty much a racist, or at least discriminatory of Jewish people.
Yeah, that's fair.
And they're trying to find a reason for it, because honestly, this sounds...
I hope I'm hideously racist. Is it because I'm hideously racist? Oh no, it's actually because Hitler is your headmate.
Like such crap. Okay, so this is a dialogue, and it says, "Person,
That's
I'm an
a good
abuse
question.
victim.
Does she also have one
hearts,
testicle
hearts,
as well?
emojis. Me too, bitch. Full support. Person, because I'm fiction kin and I was abused in my canon. Me, knife, knife, knife emoji. No." I completely agree with the person, like the me character, because obviously, if you haven't actually been abused and someone in your previous life or whatever has been abused, that's obviously not the same thing, and it undermines people's experiences. Like, there are people who have been in cases of domestic violence, have been in abusive relationships for years and years and years, and you can't just say because like the character that you identify that's on TV got hit by someone, it's the same.
I really wish that she would just go through and read the whole like Hitler person's blog. I want that.
This was another ask. The feeling when you want to scream but out of the mouths that you don't have in this human body. Really? So maybe this feeling isn't that you want to scream out of a mouth that you don't have, but rather you feel like screaming and you're repressing it, or I don't know, 3 other million possibilities other than this crap. Honestly, I don't know how people can convince themselves that this is valid, because it's not. I'm really sorry to say it's not. There's nothing to back up that this is valid. And before anyone says, you know, like maybe this is a coping mechanism, blah, blah, I actually looked into that, and here there was an ask, and the person asks, like, why being other kin isn't a coping mechanism, and it says
she's good at
here that the identity has nothing to do with coping, and while some people find that parts of their identity help them cope in some situations, it's not the main focus, and the entirety of otherkinity isn't something people intentionally choose as a coping mechanism, okay? So it's not even used for that. I wouldn't even care if it were a coping mechanism, whatever. People need to do what gets them through the day, but this just isn't that. Here we have another one. Because of some messages I've been getting, we dragons are proud, but we are not bigoted or narrow-minded. Being draconic does not excuse homophobia, racism, transphobia, ableism, xenophobia, or any form of discrimination. Your voice is loud. Make sure you represent our kind well.
Wait, did I just see
First, you're not part of any kind apart from human. Second of all, dragons wouldn't have belief systems like, oh yeah, fuck the homosexuals.
Okay, boys. Did you guys hear about rabiosexuals? Are you aware of what a rabiosexual is? Can I fucking educate you on something that is just wild? Let us embark on a journey.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So first things first, I'm sorry if this and this are distracting, but I got this tattoo passed over, got a fresh one here, so I'm sorry if the crackling bothers you. Not enough hours have passed, so I can't take them off. Anyway, welcome to a new episode of Why Tumblr Sucks. I was dead ass about to start this episode without wiping the foundation off my lips, so I could get another comment about how small my lips are.
There we go.
And how I need to wear lipstick. Phew. Okay, so in this episode, as you see in the title, we will be talking about a variety of things because they all fall under the category of molosexuals. So molosexuals are people who are attracted to sexually attracted to the idea of getting diseases, as far as I
no.
understand,
Are we gonna
as
talk
far as
about
my
bug
research
chasers?
has allowed me to understand. So under this tag, there are rabiosexuals. Now, the whole rabies thing became a meme, but I didn't understand like how it really came to be. Like most things on Tumblr,
I
I'm
wouldn't
like,
doubt
why
that.
does this exist?
I bet
so
she has a
I started
motorcycle.
looking and I found someone
like
who
her shoulder
explained exactly
tattoos.
what happened. However,
They're very
there are
geometric.
real rabiosexuals
I like
because they have
geometric.
discords that some people have infiltrated and have posted screenshots of on Tumblr.
I'm
so
planning
I thought
on
we
getting
could
a
look at
tattoo
those.
soon.
Okay, so first of all,
TM.
let's start with a post that explains what's going on. So someone asks, what exactly is the origins of this rabies stuff? And so this person says, okay, so I made this post a while back and it covers the very basic origins, but there's been developments, so here's a slightly more in-depth recap with links. Basically, someone makes rabies pride flag as a joke. They've made it clear they wish to distance themselves from this pretty early, so I won't name them. And people make rabies pride icons because jokes. 2 days later, joke blog Rabid Rick starts posting about being rabiosexual, sexually attracted to rabies. A few days and this absolute hot take is made. Like a day and a half later, Rabid Loving is gone, and 2 days after that, they remade still their active blog as of August 1st. Now around this time, a rabiosexual Discord springs up, and the shit these people post is wild. The Discord mods have been cracking down on the blatant/obvious trolls and require a Tumblr as part of their vetting process due to leaks and invites are closely monitored. And that about brings us up to speed. Rabid Loving is doing his troll stuff and the Discord is doing their stuff. So from here we understand that it was a joke. So it started off as a meme, and then kind of, because it was a joke, and then some people took it seriously, and the fact that they took it seriously became a meme. So it's circular, really, I guess. So let's see what some of these Discord conversations
who are,
say. This person said,
sexually
I'm in a rabiosexual server and I think everyone here is
rabies.
just taking the piss with each other, but I fucking cannot tell. Hey, I don't think you should encourage non-rabid people to foam. Rabio-romantic rabid people use our foam to flag potential mates.
They sexually identify with being rabid and wanting to fuck people with rabies.
Said rabio-romantic doesn't actually mean being into rabies, it's about how you feel attraction. Too bad the post is fucking gone now or I'd send it. The feeling when you foam at the mouth at the sight of booty. That's me. Non-rabids shouldn't be allowed to foam if they're in the community, I'd think. The conversation continues.
Be allowed to foam.
Yeah.
Can you foam at will? Is there like a trick that I'm not aware of? Can I foam right now?
Get educated. That's just my take. I don't think that's right. In my opinion, rabio-romantic is on a spectrum. People with rabies see their attraction differently depending on where they are on the spectrum, plus seeing it as only one is a bit uneducated.
Jeez.
Frick. You should maybe listen to people's opinions before flaming. What the fuck does that all mean? Shouldn't foam if they're not rabids.
I messaged him back. I told him.
That face. Shut the fuck up, you rabid whore. As I've said before, that's exclusion of those in countries without rabies. Check your privilege. I'm not going to die, and I don't support.
So for the Murlogic stream, I specifically want to talk about his takes on Steven Universe. I want to talk about animes, obviously, but also I'm going to get caught up on Owl House, and there was one more show that I wanted. I want to get caught up on She-Ra, and I want to get caught up on Owl House before I talk to him, because he really likes Owl House. Well, he posts about Owl House a lot, and I've already seen the first season. And then I also want to catch up on She-Ra because he has hot takes on She-Ra. I'm not going to start that Centaur show because I haven't started it, and I already have like 2 or 3 shows that I need to get caught up on, and I only have until Wednesday. So
people going out and provoking animals to get bitten, because that runs into being a danger to yourself and others, and also animal abuse. I think the most humane way to get infected at this point is via another person. I wasn't a seeker, to be honest, it was an accident. Yeah, that's valid. Reading these posts gives me rabies, because some of the symptoms of rabies include hallucination and irritability.
Yeah.
Both things which I think are happening here. I wish I were hallucinating when I'm reading these posts. And irritability because what the fuck did I just read? Like, I don't get it. Can someone here please enlighten me as to what the fuck is going on? Because I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone again.
Oh, you know who
as always.
who covered this a lot better? Tumblr deep dives strange aeons. Beautiful. Worst of Tumblr. Aha!
I'm self-diagnosed with rabies, and it affects all aspects of my life, including my sexuality. Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Tumblr Deep Dive.
Oh
Today,
no, she's so
I have
quiet.
some spicy content for you. We are talking about the rabies thing. Nobody really knows quite how to sum it up. It's a little different from my other Tumblr Deep Dive episodes where I looked into a specific tag and had like a huge community of people. The epic tale known as the rabies thing centers
She is hiding
one
behind her
protagonist,
bangs.
A guy named Spencer who until recently could be
This is
found
the
at
woman who owns the long Furby.
This is already ancient in terms of internet drama time. Most of it went down about 2 to 3 weeks ago. The blog that began it all is currently gone. It was originally deleted by Tumblr, and then it was reinstated, and now it's gone again, and it looks like the guy who was running it did actually delete it himself this time. He had another blog which he made after the first one was deleted, which he has formally left.
This mean?
He's been off Tumblr for like a week to 2 weeks, I believe. If anything, this is a great time to make this video because I think it's pretty safe to say that the story has fully played out at this point. We know as much as we ever will about our dear rabies boy. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this is one of the posts.
Why?
Someone sent it to me on Instagram, so I'm looking at it here. This is going to be an extremely unpopular opinion, so bear with me.
I think I've shown you
children
guys
should
her
be
YouTube
vaccinated
channel
unless
before.
They really absolutely want to be, and if they grow up into adults who still don't want to be vaccinated, then so be it. Kids are too young to fully grasp what vaccination does to you, and I don't mean that in a they'll make you autistic and die way. I mean they don't understand what they're setting themselves up for.
Oh my god, this person is advocating against rabies vaccines.
If a child is too young to consent to sex or medical transition, if they're trans, they're definitely too young to consent to a vaccination. I haven't had any contact with my family for quite some time now, so I have a hard time knowing my medical history. Because of that, I live with the constant fear that I might have been vaccinated.
Yeah, I've got
rabies.
risk of brain.
It's fucking heartbreaking to know I might never be fully rabid because my parent might have vaccinated me as a child. But
I am so angry that I'll never get rabies because my parents were fucking responsible. Oh, Jesus.
I was too young to know, too young
oh,
to have
God.
a say. How many other kids are there just like me? How many adults have grown up miserable because they've been vaccinated against their genetic disposition for a certain disease?
What?
It's practical eugenics, and it makes me sick to my stomach.
No.
There are babies right now getting vaxxed because that's what's healthy for them.
It's practically eugenics that my parents won't let me have rabies.
So yeah, maybe stop vaxxing your kids. So this version of the post has a bunch of reblogs on it. One person said, when I said I was so desensitized to Tumblr I couldn't be shocked anymore, I didn't mean it as a challenge. This is what the blog looked like at the time. So that was the first post I think that started getting this guy a lot of attention. And we still technically don't know if he was just taking the joke super far or if this guy is actually really mentally ill. Let's delve a little deeper, shall we? Here's my take on the rabies pride flag, since the popular one is a joke. I like the colors a lot on the old one though, so I reuse them.
I'm scurvy sexual.
Black represents
I sexually identify with scurvy.
Gray represents decaying meat and rot, as well as the animal most typically associated with rabies, raccoons. White represents teeth and biting. The white also symbolizes how anyone can be rabiosexual, and rabies can affect all genders. Red. Blood, disease, and the transmission of disease. It's like a red tongue since rabies is passed through saliva, while white and red are also placed in such a way that it looks like a set of teeth in the inside of a mouth. Anyone is free to use this as long as they fall within the virosexual spectrum.
The virosexual spectrum.
I have always had a particular closeness to the concept of rabies and identified as rabio-romantic before my diagnosis. I decided for the sake of my mental health I would become infected. This past year I met a girl online who was born with rabies and said she could infect me. We met up this past June, excuse the TMI, took part in BDSM sex.
Oh no.
She bit me really hard on the shoulder until I bled, and I've had rabies ever since.
Oh no.
Let people know unless they really want to. I currently curb my biting impulses by biting into raw steaks, so I'm fine and safe to be
maybe
around. I tend to also
maybe they were right. Maybe it is a
people,
slippery slope.
It's basically
maybe liberalism did open the door.
It's only romantic though, not sexual. Okay, so ever since these posts started getting attention, people have turned the whole rabies thing into a bit of a meme. Rabid loving deactivated, and I'm fucking mourning. Honestly, same. You will be missed, rabies boy. Rabies pride
maybe this meme was actually true.
Like a raccoon gnawing on someone.
And liberalism did actually open the door.
Lovely. Oh, so lovely. And that's the rabies pride flag. This is the one that was made as a joke, I think, because it's not, the colors aren't the same as the other guy arranged them. So I'm pretty sure that's the incorrect rabies pride flag. I saw a post, again, I've had to look through this more than I've ever looked through any other thing for Tumblr Deep Dive because it's just so convoluted. So I saw a post where
I don't know why everyone wants rabies.
Was bitching about it, like, you have to use the right rabies pride flag because the other one was created as a joke. Rabies pride icons like a reblog if using. They all have rabies. This blog is a joke. Please don't try and get rabies, you fucking idiots. Emoji spell to get rabies soon. Like
emoji spell to get rabies soon. Ah! I can't do it. Oh, I can't.
Cass,
oh god.
before in my witchcraft Tumblr deep dive. Tumblr, horrible disease. Is this a
I'm losing my mind over
so
people
wanting
rabies.
Type blogs. They just kind of Photoshop characters in front of the rabies pride flag and are like, this character has rabies.
Oh, there he is. There's our boy, Hisoka. He's got rabies.
And they're still not using the right rabies pride flag. God.
Fucking rabies now.
Okay, rabies safe zone. Please give me rabies. I want to be infected so bad. Icon by me. Satire. Hey, a general rule on my blog: don't interact if you're a TERF. Rabies safe, but not TERF safe. That's not how viruses work. Rabies isn't a virus. It's a sexuality/identity. Welcome to the year of our Lord 2018. Let's delve a little deeper, shall we? So someone started a Twitter to try and document the timeline
Hisoka has rabies now.
The rabies thing. All credit to whoever runs the rabies diaries on Twitter for this little explanation.
Oh,
so here are our key players. Spencer, 19, cis, radio romantic, gray bisexual.
What does that mean?
US born, allegedly. Anthony, Spencer's boyfriend, also wants rabies. Brandon, Spencer's alter
Gon has rabies.
Sweeney, Spencer's alter, not much known about them, known as Introject. Clova, Spencer's alter, 14 and likes anime. Alter, I believe, is the term for the alternate personalities of people with dissociative.
Why does this tie into the fucking
blog is run by different
alters thing that we were just looking at?
Intervals. So it's a lot. So Spencer has said that back in June of this year he was infected by rabies by a girl biting him. He also said that ever since then he has been radio romantic. Now, July 25th, Spencer makes his blog implying that he had a more popular blog previously. So this blog gets traction after making a post about radiosexual/radio romantic stuff. And this is where things start to pop off. So July 27th, Spencer, after being allegedly
on my fucking phones.
got bit by a raccoon to get rabies.
There we go.
Apparently Spencer knew this raccoon had rabies.
Come on.
Got bit with the help of Anthony.
Connect to the Wi-Fi, you
Spencer
piece of
posted
shit.
pics and they looked really fake.
This one.
So I saw these pictures.
Why?
Before Spencer deleted Rather Loving.
My phone likes to connect to the farthest possible Wi-Fi.
Yellowish kind of stuff. I wasn't
when
really
it would
paying
just be
attention
so
to
much
how
easier to
fake it
connect to
looked. I
the
was just
close
paying attention to how
Wi-Fi.
Insane it was that he was so excited to finally have rabies from getting bit by a raccoon. When he posts raccoon pics, most of them are of animals, but there's two sexy furry raccoons.
Oh no.
Then Clova
They're furries.
Posting anime gifs.
They want
Brandon also says Anthony has
rabies.
His neighbor in the
they
cafe.
have
He
alters.
claims to work at says that nobody of that name works there. Okay.
They probably have Hitler in their brains.
Spencer has remade his blog officially as of July 28th under the URL Rabid Loving Remade.
I don't. Why? Why does it have to be like this?
Cheating on Spencer. Anthony is apparently traveling back to the States and will stay with his parents for a bit. So
Three of the 5 people in this story are the same person.
States that he most likely won't be active too long because he says the Tumblr isn't good for his mental health. Spencer then answers in a saying that he didn't intentionally fake rabies. He thought he had rabies. and he wasn't trying to be malicious. Anthony and Emily, the original girl who was said to have been born with rabies and given it to Spencer.
Born with rabies?
Spencer then posts to say...
Don't you die in like a week if you have rabies?
Anthony has called him and that he's in Maine with his family. So, rabidlovingremade.tumblr.com.
Doesn't rabies kill you?
Thank you to everyone who has supported me, and please take care. August 2nd, with 228 notes. I have no idea why so many people commented F on this post.
10 days.
So Chad is another of the alters, I think. Someone made a Chad stim board. Someone was drawing fan art of the different alters.
Rabies is fatal. Oh, although fortunately very rare.
I paused for a while, and then once more my phone rang, waking me up from a nap.
Yeah, it takes like 30 to 50 days to reach the brain, and then it kills you.
It would make it stop. I was met with the voice of Anthony's mom, which was a surprise. She starts to tell me that Anthony has passed away. I'm shocked. Okay, this is starting to read like
30
a bad
to 50
fanfiction.
days to reach the brain, and then you die.
All an elaborate joke. I can hear her talking to me.
Rabies has the highest mortality rate of any disease on Earth.
My emotions are bittersweet, to say the least. I'll be okay. Anthony's death has made me a little shaken. I have a lot to think about now. Tomorrow I'm calling.
Oh my god.
This is all a lot. Like this feels like a little much to be a real human.
It was it's
about now.
It's Sakura. There she is. She's spinning her thing.
Tomorrow
as she is wont to do.
This is all a lot.
She's got rabies. Your favorite magical girl has rabies now.
I called my uncle this morning. It took a bit of searching to reach him. I was finally able to get his number and give him a call. I was really fucking nervous about calling him, as I haven't spoken to a single family member in so long. I was mostly just expecting him to hang up on me.
Wait, is this still the guy who's mad at his parents for vaccinating him?
Last year and broke down crying. He was really understanding about it.
Imagine a magical girl who's dressed in all black, gray, red, and white, and her power is rabies.
I've tried so hard to strive for recovery. It's still hard, but for once in a long time, I'm relieved, and it feels really great. I really hope everybody reading this takes care of themselves today and knows I
would like that.
If Spencer is in fact a real guy,
a series of magical girls themed after infectious diseases. So you've got Magical Girl Black Death, Magical Girl Rabies. You got COVID. You got Corona-chan. She's there. She's like the team mascot.
Doesn't sound like that bad of a guy, to be honest. He seems very, very fucked up.
Magical Girl Cancer Powers.
He doesn't seem like an evil or malicious person. So the title of Rabid Loving Remade currently is A Raccoon Didn't Bite Me, Stop Messaging Me About It. So I'm assuming that this is him admitting that the raccoon bite post was in fact fake.
Yeah.
I'm looking through the archive and
wow, he's not even really. He's not even actually rabid.
Murdered the other ones at some point, and then there's some art that someone did of like reposting my fursona for Anon. You know, when you draw your fursona holding up a fuck your ex sign when you break up. Hashtag relatable, am I right, kids?
Hashtag I just want rabies.
My blog before this one got terminated because so many of you stupid fucks just had to report me. I'm not even hurting anyone, you absolute doofuses. At rabidloving2, can I have your URL ugly, or are you just gonna keep pretending you're me? Okay, let's rabidloving2. So yeah, this person has the same avatar that Rabid Loving had. Rabies is valid.
Did you have rabies?
No, you homophobias. Wow.
You homophobias.
Okay, we're gonna assume that this one's satire. Love it. Cute rabies. Hey, can you leave Spencer alone? It's not funny pretending to be him. This whole situation is hilarious. So yeah, this person's
okay. Tell your rabies story while I go pee. I'll be right back.
And using the same avatar. I mean, what do you expect? Like, of course, like it's Tumblr, it's the internet. Of course, someone's gonna do that. But I think what this message that was sent to them shows is that regardless of whether Spencer was a real person, I believe that the people supporting him are real people. Which brings me to this right here. Hi, this is a fan blog for Rabid Loving, Nero19 male. Okay, so I made a Discord server. This is for both rabid people and non-rabid people. It's kind of just a get-together of the rabies community, and people who like my blog, anyone is free to join, help yourself. So they reblogged the Chad stim board. As #1 Chad fan, I had to make it. Oh, they made the... No, they made it. They made the Chad stim board. Okay. They also made this other little rabies stim board, mood board, whatever it's called. Wait, so I'm very confused. Is this really just a joke? Do you actually condone the self-destructive fascination? Did you start this blog as a joke and then find yourself endeared by these people? I don't understand. So they said the third one. So they started this blog as a joke and then found themselves endeared by these people. Hi, what the fuck is this shit about? Do you actually think rabies is okay? I'm just wondering. I can and will get rabies. Satire. Okay, I know that this person has said that they're not actually into rabies. They just support the rabies people. So you want to have sex with people who have rabies. Not rabiosexual or romantic, I've said it 50 times, but go off. This user has been banned from the rabies server. Please tell me if this is a joke or not. I'm actually sobbing. Why is your art so nice, but you're using it to draw fucking rabies? I'm so confused. I'm crying in the club right now. What the fuck is going on? Help me, Jesus. Joke taken too far now. I'm rabies famous. Okay, so this person is joking as well, or was joking at the beginning and is no longer joking. But there are some people out there defending Spencer, whether he's real or not, who are not joking. Everyone is just terrified and fascinated by this situation, essentially.
Once upon a time,
I survived
I had
the
rabies.
rabiosexual epidemic of 2018. Fucking relatable. The story of Rabies Boy, aka Spencer, is bad fan fiction tier. And it's probably not true. Regardless,
now
of his
I'm
own
rabies
realness,
famous.
there have been at least a few people convinced that his...
Rabies. 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 Okay. Let's see. We did tulpas, we did rabies. I do actually need to go to bed soon. So, let's see. What do we got? I'm playing Bless Unleashed. I know, but I do work tomorrow. Did it work? Did it work? Did it work? Say it live. Did it work? I didn't hear anything. This is bullshit. None of my fucking plugins work. Man. Okay. Maybe tomorrow's stream, before we do cringe bingo, we can fucking try to make some of these fucking extra thingies work, and I can make them actually do what they're supposed to do. God, that fucking sucks. That's terrible. Why doesn't this work? Or maybe
Rabies.
Ah. That works. Right?
Rabies.
Okay. It said rabies. There we go. Let's see. I've never felt bad about pirating Nintendo ROMs. Okay, let's do a couple Karen freakout videos, and then I will go lay down. Just like 2. Just to get us... wait, before we start, let's pull up our Karen bingo card. And then tomorrow we're doing cringe bingo. And I have big plans. I have big plans for cringe bingo, so don't worry. Alright, let's get to it. I'm gonna put myself down a little bit over here.
Buddy, why are you touching me? And why are you the last guy when you're over?
I think we talked about this last time we watched Karen videos. It's that you should get 1 every 3 months. That's a good amount for society.
Look into my eyes! Don't you see that I'm a man and I will kick your ass?
Bro, you're like 3 feet tall. What the fuck?
Get away from me, you big guy!
Oh, that's assault.
You want peace? Prepare for war! We represent peace!
If you want... What the fuck is going on? I need to watch this one again. Wait. Let me get the draw. Okay. Literal assault. It's not incoherent screeching. Was this refusal to wear a mask? It's always refusal to wear a mask, isn't it?
Buddy, why are you touching me? And why do you have a mask on when it's over? Look into my eyes.
When it's
Don't you
over.
see?
Oh, this guy said COVID's over, everybody. Go back to normal, please. Everybody, you know, everybody, just return to your everyday life now, please.
I'm a man and I will kick your ass. Get away from me, you big guy.
You big guy. He was gonna call him a slur.
You want peace? Prepare for war.
You want peace? Prepare for war.
You want peace? Prepare for war. All lives matter. That's not about black and white.
Oh no.
Get back to work.
So he went up to a Black Lives Matter protest and just went, "Ah, jobs!" Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. It's about jobs. It's a gas station, ma'am. I make minimum wage.
Fake ID?
No, he doesn't. And it's after school hours. He does not have a fake ID.
You have a picture of him so we can know who he is?
You do your fucking job.
He's 17, 14 years old.
I wouldn't need your right fucking now. You know who I am. I've been coming here for years. Do your fucking job.
Do your fucking job.
Then he has a fake ID.
Alright, I'll come here with the police.
Alright, that's fine.
You know what?
Are you able to prove that he doesn't have fake ID?
Yes, I am.
How?
Fucking
How would you know he's not hiding it from you? You know how many kids had fake IDs when I was in high school? A lot.
Great.
So if he showed us a fake ID, I can't do anything about it. I can't tell.
Fake ID. I know everything that he has.
He
Why
might.
don't you take ownership for what you're doing wrong in this gas
We're not
station?
doing anything wrong.
Oh, you're not doing anything right. You're believing fake IDs and selling tobacco. What?
Is your kid the tall kid?
Yes. With the gray hair. Stop fucking selling him e-cigarettes.
Alright, well I don't know who you're talking about, but we do
He
our
does.
job by ID.
He does.
Okay, well he can show me.
Okay. You want to be a dick? I'll see you here with the cops next time.
Alright.
You're an asshole.
Alright.
Alright, whatever, miss.
Okay,
just
so that's
just
why
keep
you
going.
call it. Okay.
Is that my neighbor?
Okay.
How dare you record me?
Fuck you and your fucking phone.
Where is it? Here it is.
Get the fuck out of here. I live here. How long have you lived here? It doesn't matter. Like a fucking month? Doesn't matter. Get the fuck out of here. Make me.
Oh no.
Bitches like you are the reason cell phones are a thing these days.
What does that mean, miss? Bitches like you are the reason cell phones are a thing these days. What? What does that mean?
Okay?
Okay? Get the fuck out of here. Ah. Oh, Jesus.
I'm not going anywhere, woman. What is wrong with you? I'm not going anywhere. I'm walking my dog. What is your problem? Karen?
Ooh.
What is your problem? Come over here. I'll call the cops. I will call the cops. I will call the cops. Back it up. Back it up. I will call the cops. Someone better come get her. I'm not going to jump for this lady.
I like this lady.
Get your ass out of my fucking face. Really? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Really? What is wrong with you? I wasn't doing anything. I'm walking my dog. I am walking my dog. I'm not going anywhere.
You need to go home. You know, bitches like you are why cell phones exist these days. What?
So my brother and I were backing out of the car,
Okay.
parking spot.
Okay.
And all of a sudden the front end just fell and the tire just fell on me.
Oh my God.
See.
What
Take
the
care of my
fuck?
shit. You take care of your shit.
I have a
I'm trying to take care of my shit. Let's just wait on the police and stop talking to me. You're pissing me off now.
Okay.
If you want to be like that,
I'm not trying to do anything.
Then I will call the the emergency number and say you're being combative.
I'm not trying to do anything.
Then you show up and then it changes everything.
All right, I'm not trying to do anything. I just want to take care of this car. Exactly.
I physically can't.
Don't be a jerk to me.
I'm not.
I think that's what she was trying to say, but like.
Because disorderly conduct.
Okay, can you stop talking to me and leave my vehicle? And wait for the
Leaving in a police car? Is that what you want?
You're trying to take.
So they're just trying to wait for the fucking tow truck. Their vehicle cannot move, and the fucking gas station dude was like, "You need to leave right now."
No, I don't want to. I just want the vehicle moved, honestly.
We're trying to get it moved. What do you not understand?
It's been here since 4:15.
I understand that. I understand when it's been here. We're trying to work as fast as we can.
It's 6 o'clock, man.
What do you want me?
So their tire broke an hour and 15 minutes ago, and you have all these other parking spots, and you're freaking out.
You want me to start it up?
This is a male Karen.
I want you to call a tow truck and get it moved.
Okay, there's someone on the way. What do you not get about that? Wait. I'm not trying to be a dick. Can you just leave me alone and let the police or my father get here?
You are being a dick.
Can you stop talking to me? I've asked you nicely. Can you please stop talking to me and wait for them?
This is private property.
I get that.
You're the one that's here.
Yeah.
I understand. You want me to walk
tow
off
trucks
in the
take a
street,
long
or-
time, so he's just like, I'm gonna call the cops.
I do understand. What do you want me to do? I can't move it. There's no one here to move it for me. There's someone on the way.
I'm trying to be real with you, man.
I see that.
I feel for the situation.
Okay, there's someone on the way. What do you not get about that? There's someone on the way.
I know that's not true.
Dude.
You've lied to me.
I'm not lying to you.
You've told me 5 lies.
You literally talked to him on the phone.
I talked to him on the phone.
Do you think I'm gonna sit here all night?
I'm waiting for somebody to bring a vehicle so that I can come there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because we have his car.
You also told me it's only been here a half hour.
It's been...
Right. Like, there's all this parking lot all around them. Yeah. Like, that you can't move that shit. It's fucked.
I'm trying to take care of it. What do you want me to do?
I want a tow truck to
Someone's on the way, okay?
Take it safely.
Yeah, they're like a little
Someone's
bit
on the way
double
to get it
parked,
safely
but
out
like
of
in the circumstances.
Someone
cannot do the repairs here.
I understand that. We're not going to do the repairs here. How many times have I told you that now? We're going to get it out of your hair. Can you just... Whenever someone gets here. I just got...
Why
I got
is this an
text
issue
on my
for
way.
you?
Someone's on their way. What do you not get about that? We're trying to get
Right,
out of
like...
here, dude.
Honestly, you would be having a lot better luck with me if you weren't just being a dick and saying, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
I never said fuck you one time.
You can say that.
I never said fuck you one time.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
You wanna know what's funny? We had the whole fucking conversation that me and you are having right now on fucking recording.
Great.
So, you can listen to everything I've said.
Yeah.
I never said fuck you once.
No,
this dude probably lives like a block away from his work. That's why he does not understand.
Leave me alone. Get out of my face.
Yeah. I'm trying to take care of it. What do you want me to do? You want me to sit here and talk to you all
police
day?
and say, come down here. This guy's causing a scene.
I'm not causing a scene. I'm in my vehicle sitting here, waiting for someone to get here.
I hope he
Everybody's
calls
just
the cops.
nonchalant, doing their own thing, not worried about
And the
nobody.
cops show up and are like, why are you wasting our fucking time with some dude who, like, his fucking car is unable to move and he's got a tow truck on the way? Like, why are you wasting our time?
Why are you giving me a hard time?
Because the problem
We're trying to get out of here. We're not
Karen took the kids. Darren was left all alone with the gas station. But he's the manager.
Well, everybody who's come around here has understand, and they already know what's going on. They've gone around fine.
The bottom line is I just need it gone, man.
We're trying.
That's all.
He can't handle that level of confrontation.
We're not going to leave it here all night.
That stuff has happened before.
Okay, we
That's
get
what
that.
the
We're
owner's
not going to leave
concerned.
our vehicle. This is our vehicle. You think we're going to leave this here and get it stolen? Giving me hell, and there's nothing I can do but sit here in the vehicle and wait for someone. Either you or the police. And he won't leave me the fuck alone.
Alright.
Like, who's manning the register right now? There's only ever one person working at a gas station.
No, because you've been dealing with this situation.
Owner of the vehicle's not threatening.
Wow.
I have proof of it. He said that because it's his responsibility when he gets here, then you're going to be talking to him. That means you're going to be talking to him dealing with his vehicle.
I mean, that's fair. It's always good to milk overtime. Call the fucking police. Oh my god, they're calling the cops finally.
I mean, try and push it. Whoa, stop, no.
Now he's gonna say they're repairing the vehicle in the parking spot. Nothing, because they couldn't move a car that can't move.
Sorry.
God, those trucks are so fucking big.
So this is just a little recap right here of what happened. I decided to make a part 4 to make an aftermath of everything. Anyways, my dad ended up showing up and he found a towing company that can be paid for it in his insurance. Instead of having the gas station call their towing company, we would have to pay.
And that's the whole thing, right? Is like if the gas station uses their tow company, you pay out of pocket and the gas station gets a cut for using that towing company. That is exactly why they say all of those parking spots and everything say vehicle will be towed at owner's expense, because they have a deal.
How many days it stays in. My brother and I waited an hour and a half before my dad could get to us. So then the car's been here for almost 2 hours now. The tow truck said they would be here in another 30 minutes. He got there and he forgot to read the description to bring a support for the axle to move the car. So he had to turn around, go all the way back to his office/company. He told us it would be another 30 minutes. 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back.
Okay.
We ended up waiting another hour. There was some accident on the road that the tow truck took and it just backed up traffic really bad.
Oh, no.
It started to become night, so we've been there for about 4 hours.
Jesus
the police
Christ.
been there for about 2 hours waiting for us to go. Police never did anything after.
Of course not.
The manager wants to press disorderly conduct charges on my dad. My dad never touched him.
Alright, what do we got? See, I love these because they're such a wild ride. You never know what you're gonna get.
Is there one white person that works for Ventura anymore?
Oh my god.
Or is it fucking Mexico?
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so fucking funny.
Okay.
Well, goody for you. So am I.
Alright, what do we got? What do we got? We got casual racism. Okay, let's see what else we
Cause you're
get.
a fucking asshole. You're lowlifes. Look at what you do and how you treat people.
Screaming at
fucking
service
taking videos
industry
of me in my
worker.
nightgown? That's lowlife.
That's low life.
Goodbye.
Well, PD will be here so you can let them know how you...
That was a really short one.
Keep the water off my driveway.
There is no water.
Oh, are you serious? Yes, there is. No,
It's water. I just sprayed off my mat.
Keep the water off my driveway.
Water. What?
And it ruins your driveway. That's
You
what
just
I
got
see
water on
posted.
your driveway. Is that going to ruin it?
I'm doing it. I can do what I want on my driveway. It's my property. You know, you run over for your dog. Do you not understand the word trespass?
Oh my gosh. Then call the cops, Barb. Call them.
Call the cops, Barb. It's a fucking Barb. Oh no. Oh, it's absolutely an HOA matriarch. I deal with one of these.
I hope so too, because now I have that all on recording, and when they do run over there and die, it'll be your fault.
Well, I couldn't care for the rats, but if your dog get into it, it's not.
You literally just threatened me, and I have it on recording. You are threatening me. I have better things to do than deal with this. You need to
You need to leave us alone.
I'm gonna put meltdown over literally
I don't have time for this.
nothing.
I have better things to do. Please do not speak to us. I have no patience for this.
Stay on the fucking
I
driveway.
don't go on your fucking driveway. I have my own fucking driveway to go on, Barb. Oh my god.
There's water on my driveway.
What is the big deal? I washed my car and I thought that a little water got on your driveway. For the love of God.
There where you are now, so the water doesn't get
Gosh.
on your driveway.
I'm so sorry that water got on your driveway, Barb. God bless your soul, and I hope your days get better. I don't seem like it, for the love of God.
Oh no. It's just...
I was holding a parking spot for my friend who was coming right in traffic, and these people tried to literally
God, I have to be
kneel
so fucking active with adjusting the audio on each of these fucking videos.
over.
This man has done
So
no equalization.
I am waiting for them to get out of their car. So
Yeah.
I chat with them, and they
It's Kylie, Karen, Barb.
won't get out of their car.
Back up. Back up. Back up. I'm not moving. I'm not moving. I'm not moving. Get the fuck out. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? You are the rudest fucking person I have ever met. You have balls. You have balls. You are so...
I'm sorry, but that's not...
Are you sorry? I feel like you're not, because that was really fucking rude.
Yeah, no. I mean... Oh my god. Do not dox someone.
Okay, here's the thing. I know that I probably shouldn't have been standing in that spot, but I think it's just a thing that happens. Nobody likes it, but I don't think it's illegal. Like, my friend was driving around the block, and so I hopped out of the car to get the spot. I don't think that that makes it less mine because I was standing and somebody else was in the car. My friend was right down the street.
It is
coming to
illegal,
park.
there you go.
So, I don't know. I mean, I would like to know what you guys think, I guess. I think at the end of the day, somebody should still not be trying to run you over with their car.
They didn't try to run you over. You started backing up and they started backing in.
But like, yeah, I mean, no one wants to see someone standing in the spot reserving it, but like, it is what it is. Like, I don't think that I was wrong. What do you guys?
I mean, are we getting mandated by the government that we have to have bilingual speakers, or is it just, you think it's a service?
It's a service for Jennifer's department especially. Yeah, we need it.
You didn't say we didn't, you just asked the questions, because there's two of them that are bilingual people, two different departments.
What are we fighting
Position
about?
was originally approved as a bilingual position when we did the 0.5 FTE, but since they got the additional funding, now they're going to increase it to 1 FTE.
I got all kinds of comments, but I think I'll keep my mouth shut. The reality, we're in the United States of America. English, the language.
Oh, okay. This is what we're doing.
We should be speaking English to the business in the United States.
He doesn't want a position, a job listing to say bilingual.
Do you want to comment on that?
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Sure. That's your own line.
I think if you're mandating that a position be bilingual, you should pay more. Because that's a skill that you're asking for. So maybe, I don't know. Wait, did he say a slur?
Five rules we may ask you to leave.
Oh.
Okay, I'm calling this meeting to order, please. Thank you. Hell Hitler.
Wow. What the fuck, bro? Oh.
Okay, I'm calling this meeting to order, please. Thank you. Hell Hitler.
Wow. Wow.
Welcome to the Board of
Welcome to the Board of Education. Yeah, but nobody was screaming about not wanting to wear a mask. They have to refuse.
Don't leave this parking lot. I want you to call the police.
Well, we got calling
No,
police.
the cops will be here in a minute.
I thought we did that one.
You're
I thought
fucking
we checked that
rude.
one.
You're fucking rude.
Oh no, you're fucking rude.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but he wasn't refusing to wear a mask. He was demanding that that guy take his mask off. It's a very slant technicality.
Are you the manager? We're at Jack in the Box. We ordered some food, and our food is cold. And this is
Oh,
the
no.
behavior that we are getting from the employees.
Oh no. Your food is cold at Jack in the Box.
We are already on it. And I'm not leaving until I get my money back.
She's not calling the corporate police.
Well, you know what? You insulted us.
And using all type of foul language like you just disrespect
Right.
for no reason. Not one person disrespect you the whole entire time.
I want my money back.
Disrespect was not spoken.
Please give me my money back.
Did she say she's calling the corporate office?
Please give me my money back.
I want my money back, but I
want
also
you to
want to keep the food. Wow. Wow.
Don't leave this parking lot. I want you to call the police. No, the cops will be here in a minute. You're fucking rude. You're fucking rude.
You gave me cold Jack in the Box food. I'm calling the police.
Well, you know what? You insulted us.
And using all type of foul language like you just disrespect for no reason. Not one person disrespect you the whole entire time.
I want my money back.
Disrespect was not spoken.
Please give me my money back.
The disrespect was not spoken. So they have a shitty attitude, is what you're saying. They're minimum wage fast food workers.
Please give me my money back. Here.
I said you were acting like.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The customer is always right. Didn't you take customer service? Don't you know what customer service is?
Didn't you take customer service?
Oh, I'm not a customer? Okay, I just gave you money and I want my fucking money back now.
Why you want to use foul language? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is your problem? Like,
I like how this lady is the one who's uploading it, and she's like, yeah, I really showed them.
In the box and the previous Jack in the Box that I was just at. Apparently y'all don't know how to do your goddamn jobs.
Do we even have Jack in the Box in Chicago? I don't think we do.
You did not make my food fresh.
And also,
Those
they have a bit of a
fries are
southern
fucking
twang.
okay, you want more fries?
No, I want my money back.
I don't.
Okay.
Can I use a receipt?
You didn't give us a fucking receipt.
Oh my god! I can't. I fucking can't. You cannot. You don't have a receipt? You don't have a fucking receipt? I'm gonna scream.
There's no fucking receipt. I'm not moving until I get a fucking receipt. I want my money back. They're rude, they're ignorant, my food is fucking cold, I'm fucking pissed. I've been recording this whole thing. I want my fucking money back now. I don't need to come
I'm
inside.
done after this
I got the
video
police
as
on the
well,
phone right now.
Pants. Thank you for
I
dropping
got the
by.
police on the phone right now.
Tomorrow we're doing Cringe Bingo. That one's gonna be special. Tune in for that. We're gonna be fucking disgusted.
Now, so I can either get my money so that I can go to work.
I have the police on the phone. I hate you. I hate you so much.
They didn't give us one. We don't have one. Well, first of all, had they not been rude to us to begin with, we wouldn't have been cussing and that to your minors.
Oh, she summoned the manager.
They were rude to us. I asked for my money back. I should be able to get my fucking money back. I'm an unhappy customer. I did tell them to go get you.
Nah.
No, they didn't.
Because I work Friday and I work Saturday, so it's not gonna be like I'm not doing like an actual thing. I'm just gonna be watching a couple hours worth of cringe videos and then going to bed.
It's not an emergency. This is a non-emergency line, but I'm
Also,
at
it's
Jack in the
hard
Box
to
right
cram,
now, and we're having an
like,
issue
3 to 4
where
people in
our
this
food is
office and
cold,
have
and
the
they won't give me
stream
my
make
fucking money
sense.
back.
Okay, where are you at?
Jack in the Box on Bayless.
Yeah, man.
But we did get a bingo.
What's your address?
So I'm gonna grab a shot glass, and we're gonna do our bingo shot, and then we're gonna get out of here. Do you want an officer?
I don't know yet. They're just very rude here. This is the second fucking Jack in the Box I've been to
They're rude. They're rude. You have to come.
today.
Ma'am, do you want an officer?
No.
Okay, so you don't need a police?
No.
No. So you don't want an officer? No. So you don't need the police? No. I just called the police to complain. Oh. If you guys are free Sunday, though, I'll do a game night. We can play some more Flux. I don't know who I would have over. Probably just like Josh and Miguel and stuff, but we could just play some card games and board games and shit. Let's finish it.
Okay, have a good day.
Oh, Zep, after this, let's plan our podcast, your podcast, my appearance on your podcast. I'll hop off stream and then we can get on voice real quick and I'll just call you. Alright. Jesus Christ. Okay, so that was the stream. That was a fucking experience. So while I do my shot and we wrap up, I'll just, unrelated, just a little bit of background music. No relation at all to what we were just watching. So we're drinking Bushmills again because it's fine. It's acceptable. It's here on my desk. Oh wait. I have no, I should finish this before I open a new bottle. I have Honey Jack Daniels in the freezer. We'll do that for the cringe bingo. Newgrounds Dating Simulator. Why? Oh man, the Applebee's is just fucking flowing through me. This stream could not end at a better time, honestly. Feel the best thing I could do is end it all. Do I have Alright. I'll never love again. I wish that I could turn back time, 'cause now the guilt is all mine. Can't live without the trust from those you love. Okay, alright, that's enough. I'm done. Thank you all for coming. This is gonna be great. Hentai was a new concept to me. Oh, Drunken Zeppelin, you're such a character. I I'm excited for the wrestling stream. I'm also excited to speak to Wonder Breadman. We've got. I'm glad. Dude, I think you guys actually get along really well because of the wrestling thing. I really want to talk to him about some of the cartoons he's been watching. I also want to just interact with him. I don't know. It's like Chris Chan, you know what I mean? Like, interacting with him is this, like... It makes it like this bizarre person is actually a real human and not just an internet abstraction. Yeah, I mean, if he'll play with you. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream, and then I'm gonna take a quick, like, 5-10 minute break, and then I'm gonna hop on that voice call with you, Drunken Zeppelin, and then I'm gonna be off for the night. So, I will, see